This motherfucking intro on and popping. Alright. Let's slide that over. Let's start going. You ready for this?
Alright.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
No. Damn. That was an old intro. You hearing that on your end, KJ?
As Metro's Mercury grade approaches, I shall create the illest podcaster known to mankind.
But Marsha, what are you going to do?
Howard Stern, Stephen A. Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle.
Why Dave Chappelle?
Cause he's a funny motherfucker. Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Because he has money. You fucking dickhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm very sorry.
The heart of India. The strength of a black man. And the pride of a Spaniard. I present to you MyT. It's alive.
He's walking, Master. He's walking.
MyT Sports.
I see we got Mark in the building too. Here we go. Good afternoon and welcome back to another edition. Whoa. Let me back that up. Welcome back to a summer 21 pop-up edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Thoma Daily, and with me in the building, I got my two co-hosts, KJ the Quiet Storm and the 21 Mark Salute. Hey, yo, boys, say what's up to the paper one time for the one time.
I need a drink.
Oh, shit. Facts. Mark, you with us? Okay. Listen, we're not going to hold up the show. He'll be with us in a second. Today is August 22nd. It is just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, pushing 3 o'clock. They said we're down here in South Florida. Guys, you already know we're in the most fuego city in the world. We're having highs of 97, lows of 79. They said current temperature right now 93 degrees. We got a couple of it's partly cloudy. Actually, it's very cloudy. But we have scattered showers throughout everywhere. It is currently hurricane season. Yo, shout out. We want to send our respects over to Haiti. We keep hearing that they keep having all kinds of ridiculousness going on over there. But we gonna make sure that we still here on the podcast and we send our hearts onto them. Yes, folks, this is the 4th edition of the Summer 21 Pop-Up Podcast, folks, and I hope you guys are ready. As we do anytime we start a podcast, even in the summertime, we ain't skip a beat. We ain't skipping the beat this time. Yo, Coach, tell us how we do this, regardless of the time.
Take that.
And regardless of the weather.
You play to win the game. Hello?
It's always a good time to talk some sports. So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. Boys. What's going on, fellas? How y'all guys doing? Somebody being chased by the cops? Am I talking to myself?
Oh, you good?
Oh.
Police lurking.
Okay. Come a little bit closer to your mic if you can. You sound a little distant.
It's my headphones.
Okay.
I have my AirPods.
Okay, that may be it. They get closer to the phone, maybe. Maybe a I don't know.
The phone's in my pocket.
Yeah, pull the phone out of your pocket and maybe like hold it up like a mic. I don't know. Let's try some. We go work on some things. You're sounding kind of loosey goosey. Let's see.
Hold on, I got the answers.
Actually, that worked immediately. Yeah, you don't sound so muffled now. You don't sound so muffled. You don't sound so far away. Or for a second you didn't. But let's continue on the podcast. Listen, we got a big summer pop-up podcast for you to work out through. As you guys already know, summertime is for fun time. Summertime is also time that we take to work out a couple of kinks every once in a while. Got a new mic. We're working on some of our call-in features. Right, we get a whole bunch of things set for you to go. But we definitely do got a good show for you today. Like KJ hit me up. He was like, yo, we gotta get a pop-up podcast. KJ has some shit to get off his chest. I just want to make sure when you get that shit off your chest that the people can actually hear you. KJ, that was your cue? Okay, so KJ ain't quite ready for the cue. So, let's get into it, right? I don't have a first of all, but let's go ahead and get into it.
First of all.
Probably what's the first topic that you wanted to hit on today, KJ?
Let's see. You said you're gonna leave one of them off till the actual season, so I'll leave that alone. But big up to them for getting their shit together. I'll leave them alone. Come on, man. Even though it's pop-up podcast, you know there's only one way to start a podcast.
So I guess you want to start with that Knicks talk. I guess you want to stay with that.
It's only right to start with the Knicks talk.
I'm actually,
because you know that we stay with the Knicks talk.
Oh, let me get the Instagram up. Yo, okay, so let's get with that Knicks talk. Cause you know we stay with that Knicks talk. You know we always got that Knicks talk, right? So, yo, okay. So let's be forthcoming. Right? I wasn't completely pleased. Right? And I shouldn't say I wasn't completely pleased. I was still my feelings were still reserved after the Knicks had only made their... I'm only talking about up to free agency, right? They started making some of their off-season acquisitions. And when they first got Kemba Walker and they first got Evan Fournier, I was like, Yeah. I'm like, I'm not upset with the moves. I just remember I kept on stressing one thing. I want to see Summer League. I'll feel a whole lot better about our off season once I see our Summer League moves. Did I not say like
verbatim?
Yo, I did. Like I was a little. I was like, listen, I'll feel better once I see Summer League games. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I now 100% feel better. And I was listening, and listen, until the Summer League game started, and we were just talking about the picks, I was a little bit upset. I was looking at this, I'm like, yo, there's a guy that we sent over to New Orleans, not to New Orleans, to Charlotte. I'm like, I would have liked to have that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, two of the guys that we drafted, that we end up sending off, I was like, you know what? These look like Tibbs guys. I like them. Like, from what they've said. The guy that went to Brooklyn, I was like, yo, that's another guy I wish we would have had. Mm-hmm. But when the Summer League was starting, remember, I threw a name out to you guys. And I was like, yo, if there's anybody, like, remember, because we only wanted to talk Knicks. I'm like, I know you guys want to talk Knicks, but there's a guy that caught my eye. At the beginning of the summer. Sorry, I don't even know how I got the Summer League from here. From the Knicks. But let's go back to the Knicks. Let's stay with the Knicks. I said I wanted to wait the Summer League. And the picks that they had, I wasn't upset with, but they weren't on paper the guys that I was looking for. But once these guys got into Summer League and they started, as Jim Jones would say,
hooping.
No, I don't know if Jim Jones ever said hooping.
No. We're not ready to jack Dipset yet. We're not ready to jack Dipset.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that. They still need to recover from some L's.
But But when I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? These guys that they have, not only are they, what's going on now? We know we're potting everywhere. Hop on the podcast. You know you got your invite somewhere. What's going on, everybody? I see you guys hopping in all over the place. Hopping in on Podbean, hopping in on Instagram, hopping in from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you guys listen to podcasts at or watch podcasts live. I see you guys joining from all of those spots. Also, shout out to WESN. You guys will be able to hear the podcast on WESN. You'll be able to hear the re-air. What you're gonna want to do is go ahead and just download the WESN app if you want to catch us on that radio network. If you would like to join the podcast, that's where all of our fans already know that's been with us for a while. They download that Podbean app, and on that Podbean app, you're able to go ahead and call directly and be able to join the conversation. That's how, to be honest with you, that's how KJ is joining. When he's not here in the studio with us, that's how he calls in directly through Podbean. He calls in like one of yous. You know what I mean? Kind of like one of yous, but like one of yous. You know what I mean? Listen, we're for sure the people. There ain't no peoples better than any peoples. We all just peoples. I see Mark over there lingering somewhere in the background. I don't know what the fuck he doing. He must be getting his Mark Boyardee going on or some shit like that. So, Summer League started, and once they started playing games, I was like, you know what? These guys, and I didn't think that these guys weren't Tibbs guys, but I'm like, you know what? Not only are these Tibbs guys,
They get buckets.
B. Go ahead. I think I've warmed up the crowd enough for you. Go ahead.
Hooping. You know me. You know me, son. I don't give a damn about no record.
Come back to the mic. Whatever you just did, undo that. Come back.
Ay, caramba. Shit. Shit, yeah, Podbean. Shit. Get your shit together, Podbean. Anyway. Like I was saying, fuck. Go ahead. You fucked me up when you cut me off.
Okay. So I don't even. So what I saw in Summer League, I was happy. It filled in all of those little holes that I was curious about, because I wasn't really feeling just having Derrick Rose, just having Kemba Walker, just having Evan Fournier, because I was always under the belief system that our future point guard is either already on this team or we're gonna draft him. We're not bringing him in from somewhere else, most likely, and we'll see. But I still thought that the point guard for this year was already on the team last year. I'm kind of right. I'm kind of not wrong, because they brought back Derrick Rose, and of course they're keeping Emmanuel Quickly under his rookie contract. But what they did is that, folks, for Knicks fans out there, it's really simple, right? They cut the fat, right? They cut all the useless bullshit. If you're a Knicks fan, right? You cut Frank Ntilikina. Frank Ntilikina was giving you nothing, right?
Not a damn thing.
You've heard me ask this question here numerous times on the podcast. They call Frank Ntilikina a defensive player, a defensive guard. But when you think of him defensively, you don't think of him like you think of when you hear defensive guards. Period. Frank Ntilikina doesn't come into your mind. You think of the dirty player that pushes people in the back after he gets eliminated. What's his name? That's like Trash Beverly. You think of Trash Beverly, right? Or you think of Marcus Smart, right? Or you think of, or you even think of the guy that Marcus Smart replaced, what's his name? He plays for the Lakers now, I think, possibly. Who am I thinking of? He used to play for Boston. Now I think he plays for the Lakers. 6'2" guy, light skin. But whatever. Like you think about him, or you even think about this guy named Oscar Robinson, or whatever his name was, that used to play for Oklahoma City. You know, back in the Russell Westbrook days. Like what? Avery Bradley. That was that guy's name. Avery Bradley.
Fucking Robinson.
Yeah, like when you think about defensive players,
That nigga used to piss me off.
like you think about guys like that. You wasn't even thinking about that about Frank Ntilikina. But in this past draft, What's going on, Goldie? How you doing? In this past draft, the Knicks actually addressed offense and defense. But defense in a way that you immediately when you saw him play, you're like, yeah, that dude's a dog. That dude's a pit bull. That dude's a defensive player. That dude's gonna be a pest. That dude is going to make somebody commit a technical in a night. That's him. As soon as we got him, I was like, yo, we found our Marcus Smart. I mean, I don't know if you remember you. I don't know if I put that in a text line. I don't know if I put that on Twitter or Facebook or where. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, yo, we got our Marcus Smart. We do. And we may even have somebody that's better than Marcus Smart because he's already working on his 3-point shot. What's going on, Tony? What's going on, Goldie? What's going on, XO? What's going on, Lulu? How you guys doing? I got something for you, Lulu, coming. Just keep checking your inboxes. All of them. So the fat is gone, right? You lose Frank Ntilikina, you lose Alfred Payton, you lose guys that weren't doing anything offensively or defensively enough.
Just taking up space.
Now I have a question. So we got Grimes and we got Deuce McBride, right? Is Grimes the kid that was that was coached by Penny Hardaway that was suspended for a year? Is that him?
No.
Okay.
Grimes played for Houston.
He played for Houston.
Penny coached at Memphis.
Okay. Was he suspended for a year though, Grimes?
No.
Okay.
Because that would have been talked about.
I don't know why I thought that he was that kid. You know what kid I'm talking about. He had some kid that lost his eligibility or some shit like that and only played like 2 or 3 games and couldn't really play. I was wondering if that was, I thought that was Grimes for some reason. So when it comes to the Knicks, right, and it comes to this past summer league, I'm happy but I'm disappointed. Right? I saw leaps and bounds of things that could be potentially good. The one thing that I didn't see that was good was still Obi Toppins. Obi did not impress me. Obi looked like the college version of
the whole
Obi.
summer league.
Whole summer league. Obi looked like the guy in college that was a senior playing against juniors and freshmen. He looked like a 25-year-old dude that's played 1 season in the NBA that is now playing against a bunch of kids that's never played in the NBA. That's what I got from him because the athleticism that he has, I see it, but then I don't see it. It's a weird. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. When you hear that when you hear guys maybe I'm admitting something about me. When you hear that guys are a dunker, sometimes I always picture them being explosive. He's not really an explosive dunker like that. He's more of a glider, and because of how high in my hang time, I'm able to change my shot direction in mid-air with my shot. You know what I mean? Like that's what I end up seeing. What's going on, Nat? I see you calling up. Welcome to the podcast. Hey, Tony, what's going on? Tony. So listen, I have a pod. There's an app called Podbean.
Nat
right?
didn't call.
I know she did. She can.
Nat's probably cussing. I tell him gotta take me off that damn automatic call.
She already knows what's up. She already knows what it is now. Listen, she Natalie called us so she could drop a quick promo for us real quick. Let the people know where they could be able to find her when her next class is going to be, and some of the things and what's in line for her next work, and what people need to keep an eye out for her that follow her. You know what I mean? And where to go also find some of her videos and shit like that. That's what Nat's about to do right now. Like she did this on purpose. Like don't Nat fool you. Nat is diabolical with her thinking. So
what you basically just did is put Nat up against the wall to come out and call back to do that.
She's still on the line. She don't have to call back. And I didn't put Nat against no walls anywhere. Like, don't you be putting those accusations out on me. She got a boyfriend, and I got a girlfriend that will shoot on sight. Okay.
Okay, Black Skip Bayless.
I don't know what you talking. Listen, man. Like, there's already a Twitter handle called Black Skip Bayless. Else, I'm pretty sure I would start my own called Black Skip Bayless, and I would drop the most horrendous takes you would ever hear in your life. Like, I would be worse than KD with his burner accounts.
That's why we call you the Black Skip Bayless. All your takes would be straight emotional. It'd be because if you don't like this person, if they did one little thing that was wrong, they automatically public enemy.
Come back to us. Come back to us.
There's an echo. There's just an echo.
I don't know. It sounds like you're leaving. Or you turned your head away or something.
I figured it out now. Because when you can actually hear me, I'm in the room. But when I step out to the kitchen area, it's a bigger spot. It makes it seem like I'm not by the phone.
Okay.
But I'm kind of doing things around the house, so
Gotcha.
you just gotta deal with it.
Oh, see, now you sounding perfect.
Exactly, because I just walked back into the room again.
Ah, okay. I got you. Depth perception. Now,
I know. I'm about to say I spent too much goddamn money on these AirPods. Yeah, these motherfucking issues.
so I'm happy and I'm not happy, right? Like, I'm happy with Emmanuel quickly. He showed me a bunch. Obi Toppin showed me.
Yes, he did.
Go ahead and throw some on.
IQ. Tell you, guard play, we nice. You Kemba D Rose, y'all can hold it down. But the young bulls is coming. McBride on the way. He met IQ. He played the game. You could tell just from how he was playing that some of the game is slowing down for him. Because like real talk, even when he wasn't hitting, honestly, like most of his shots were good shots. He just had days where he was missing or he was hitting. But like the rest of his game was not working. And if anything, you saw major leadership qualities in him. And you know me, for me to even be talking about the type of shit like that, I had to really be impressed with what I was seeing, not just from the Knicks, just from the Summer League in general. Because I typically give two shits about Summer League, preseason, spring training camp, any of that shit. Wake me up when the real thing starts. That's when I can give a damn.
And you know what though? I'm gonna tell you this though. For Summer League, wait, let me see. I'd rather see Dame go to the Knicks instead of Kimba.
Summer League gets a minor pass because that's the young guns actually getting.
Yeah, over preseason. Yeah, like I would say, like I give Summer League a little bit more credence, and I hold a little bit more value to what I see in Summer League than I do in preseason, because Summer League, yeah, it's all about the kids, and those kids are young and they're still trying to make some kind of impression on the NBA, on NBA teams, or you know what I mean, in the NBA. Like for them, this is the first time they ever tasted pussy. This is literally it. Like they've been beating their meat up until right now, and officially right now is the first time they got some pussy, and they're trying to tear that shit up. Even though, I should say this is the first time they're really with, you know what I mean, with whoever they're with. Like right now they're just getting some head, and they're like, yo, I'm just trying to hold out and try to and enjoy this. Some of this is the best head, and I even realize that the best thing that they're ever gonna get is coming up really soon. But they're getting that fire ass head, and it's right now that's the best head they've ever got in their life, and the best sexual experience they've ever got. And they're trying to bust their nut as much as they want with this motherfucker. That they really are. When they get back to preseason, they get taught like, hey, preseason, listen, we just gonna grope and kiss here. This is only second base. We're not going all the way here. Like I gotta go home. I can't go home smelling like Badusi. You know what I mean? Now I see my boy Goldie in here, like he's over here interacting with us through Instagram. I use Instagram people only for I don't know if you guys realize I only use Instagram as like my behind the scenes camera. So, but you guys are 100% talking to us through Instagram.
Bring your ass to Podbean.
Well, listen, Gold Hoops is Ron, and he already knows about how to get to us by Podbean. But for the rest of yous, right? Bring your ass to Podbean. And listen, Goldie, you're not saying anything that every single Knicks don't feel, right? Every single Knicks would rather have Damian Lillard instead of Kemba Walker. But you get what you can get, and you only can get what's on the market. And listen, like everybody wants to build that super team, but you only can get what's out there. Nat liked the show. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you for liking and sharing the show. I appreciate it. Right. So
Love you too, Dad.
yo, you only can get what you can get, and I don't mind getting Kimba because it's like my thought pattern is still the point guard of the future may still be on this Knicks roster. I don't see people always give me these what ifs. Oh, we can do this if, or we can do that if, we can do this if. Well, let's take the fucking ifs out of it. Let's play in reality here. Even with the ifs, I'm not expecting, there's no ifs for me. I'm not expecting Kemba Walker to play like All-Star Kemba Walker. I'm not expecting Kemba Walker to play all 82 fucking games. I'm not expecting Derrick Rose to play like All-Star Derrick Rose. I'm not expecting Derrick Rose to play 82 fucking games. What I am expecting is about 65 games from each of them. 65 games, just around there. But they'll be sharing time. When Kemba can't go, guess what happens? Derrick Rose can go. But you know who I expect 82 games from? Deuce. That's who I expect 82 games from. Emmanuel. That's who I expect 82 games from. These young motherfuckers that have just barely put their dick in the goddamn NBA, like I expect them to play all fucking 82 games. They just got the fucking tip in. Why can't you go full stroke? Like these motherfuckers been beating it up for years. They're tired. 55-60, I make understand that. Like maybe, but I'm still expecting. I'm expecting that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, damn, I wish Kimba wasn't injured. No, I'm expecting it. It's in my equation. When we sign him and we give him all that money, this is what we get. But you also know what you get.
He got them D-Wade knees.
He does, but you also know what you get? You also get another professional. You also get another professional. You also get another leader in the locker room that can fully help. That can fully help R.J. Barrett.
From the city too.
That can, you know what I mean? That can help Obi Toppin. That can help Deuce. That can help Mitchell Robinson. That can help all of those young guys, right? Not only be professional basketball players, get them acclimated to the NBA. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, but not just veterans. Like stand up, bang veterans. Like what Derrick Rose did for this team, right, was really unexpected from a veteran standpoint. But his veteran leadership or his leadership caveat got expedited or got multiplied because of the fact that he was specifically Tom Thibodeau old all-star point guard, and who was Derrick Rose. Like all of that came into play. Like, you know what I mean? Like so this brings back another leader. This brings back another floor general. Now at no point in like at some point in time, like you could put Derrick Rose in and I'll take Derrick Rose out, put Kimba in, and you know the leadership on the floor shouldn't go away. Like bad decisions on the floor shouldn't go away. Like he's limiting the mistakes and we're talking about the development of the team and this is something that the New York Knicks haven't had like forever. Like in the past, it didn't really matter what rookies you brought in or who you brought in. And we're talking about as very early, right, or as very recent as the rookie year of R.J. Barrett, who's only in his third year, who gets not enough credit for the growth that he has done. He's already done more than his two other counterparts. I'm sorry.
He's right hand though.
What?
Wait. He's done more than the other two.
His other two counterparts. Growth wise.
Zion and Ja?
Yeah. Look at actual.
He's done more than Ja Morant.
Look at actual growth. Like at actual role of not like you also have to stand like you have to take a consideration also like his usage rate.
Don't make excuses.
No. I'm not.
You're building excuses.
Jesus.
That's what you're about to do. Talk about taking account. I don't have to take account of this shit. You can either ball or you can't. Ja Morant came into this league giving hell.
Okay, let me ask you this:
Don't
if you can
leave
touch,
Ja Morant out
if
of
you
that
can
discussion.
touch, okay, no, if you can touch the ceiling standing up, and I can't touch the ceiling standing up, you have to take into account the difference. The reason for that is because the difference in our height. There's a reason for it. I'm not trying to make an excuse for it. You have to take into account little nuances. Nuances is built into the fabric of the world. and to exclude nuances is the only thing I'm going to talk about is that the only reason why it may look a little different of what Ja has done versus RJ Barrett is because of their overall usage rate. But if
Ja was better than RJ in college.
Okay.
What are we talking about here?
Okay. What's
it called?
What's the statement?
What
Okay.
job
Okay.
was
Tell me. What is the statement that I said that you're arguing against right now?
You said in terms of growth, RJ Barrett has had more growth than Ja Morant.
Yes, he has done better than Ja Morant so far.
That is an absolute hell no.
Okay, then go.
If you're talking about from rookie year to second year, shit, RJ needed to grow. Otherwise, he was gonna consider possibly being a bust.
Okay, so
leave Ja Morant out of that.
Okay, so like I said,
even Zion is bullshit. But I'll let you have that only because he hasn't made the playoffs or anything like that. So I'll let you have that one if you want, even though that's wrong too. But,
okay. So from the
all.
time they've come into the NBA, from rookie year to sophomore year, freshman year to sophomore year, RJ Barrett has had more growth. Like there's nothing wrong in that statement.
That's completely false. Like I said, teachers there.
All right, go look at the numbers. Go look. I mean, all you gotta do is go look them up.
Here's my thing. You talking about growth as if like like either it makes him a better player or anything like that, or just something like, for one, RJ needed to grow. His rookie season, especially with how the other two were looking, was caca compared to them. He needed to grow. The fuck?
Listen, we already know.
Talk about more growth. More growth than Ja Morant. Ja Morant didn't have much more growing to do. Other than just being more of a leader and take more command of the team, which he did. So
you're saying RJ Barrett grew more than he did from his rookie year to his sophomore to his sophomore year.
Shit, that was only it couldn't get any worse. Seriously,
I'm saying no, but you're saying that he did that he did show more growth.
Of course he grew.
It's not the fact that he grew. Because I expect them all to get better. I'm saying that he showed more growth. Okay, he did better. He showed more growth.
I said he grew.
Okay.
I didn't say he showed more growth than Ja Morant. You're not getting that.
All right, but you're not saying. But you're not saying. Okay.
Here's the other thing too. You talk about growth. Who's more of a leader on their team? Who's more the focal point of their team?
They put the ball in the point guard's hand.
Don't you even.
Okay, but you also act like you don't understand semantics of the NBA.
Justify it. Look at you trying to justify it.
Because you make blanket statements like you see. Because to a non-sports fan, right? To somebody that doesn't follow the NBA, right? What you're saying sounds all fair, fine and dandy, but we all know semantics. We all know the point guard. The point guard gets the ball in his hand, and if it's not the point guard,
guards who bring the ball up the court now. If RJ was really that dude, was really in control and really holding it down for the team, we wouldn't be killing ourselves so much to find a point guard. We really wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, all we have to do would be 6'8" or whatever, 6'7", 280 pounds, and then they'll kind of just force you to be a point because you can just bulldoze everybody out of your way. You don't have to worry about any true skill. You know what I mean? You just got to be a better version of Kenneth Faried.
All right, James Harden. Sit your ass down. Shut the hell up.
RJ Barrett's about to be the.
That's a two-time league MVP and a four-time league MVP, and both are champions.
Who you talking about? Who you talking about?
Well, I thought you were trying to come at what's his name?
Who?
At Greek Freak and LeBron.
No, what? No, what? Why? What? Where did they come from in this conversation? Yo, I'm telling you.
You said 6'8", 260. Point forward.
I'm telling you, I have you so sports emotionally scarred. You have no clue where these jabs are coming from. But you missed the part where I said better version of Kenneth Faried.
So
that's the cherry to let you know who I was truly talking about here. We still talk about RJ Barrett and his two counterparts.
And because I'm pretty sure one of the things you want to talk about is with coaching, right? right? In terms of him not really being coached, in terms of RJ,
Well,
right?
I wasn't even
Can we agree? Is the other one in New Orleans really being coached? Generally being coached?
They brought
He's still going out there, but yet he's still going out there putting up 27 and 7.
They brought in Stan Van Gundy to help coach that dude.
Stan Van Gundy, bum ass, haven't been a decent coach since Orlando 2008, 2009.
And Stan Van Gundy's
Stop that
and
shit.
then what was Stan Van Gundy's rule? You know what? Let's put the ball in your hand and let your 280-pound butt just play bully ball and just bulldoze to the lane like LeBron used to.
Not in Orlando. Not at all. Not at all.
No, we're talking about when he was coaching. He was just coaching.
When he was coaching
New Orleans.
You talking about in New Orleans or back then?
When he was just coaching New Orleans, I'm talking about. He just put the ball. He just put the ball in Zion's hands recently. It was like, hey, you're gonna play point forward now in today's NBA.
And he went to work. Come at Zion if he was averaging.
Okay, like I said,
15 and 4.
So like I said, you put the ball in that 6'6" to 6'8" guy that weighs 280 pounds and just lets him be a bulldozer.
As a second-year player who is not really being coached by either coach that was there, bad coaching all around, still went out there and put 27 and 7.
And what did Stan Van Gundy do? What am I still saying he did here?
Because he recognized he had a dude. He recognized he had somebody who wanted it. If RJ wanted it, RJ would go get it.
That has nothing to do. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Ja Morant. Okay. I mean that plays up. Not that doesn't. That plays part in it. But I don't think that plays nothing to do with that. Who wants it?
27 and 7. The coach can only put the ball in your hand. From there, you gotta actually want to do something with the ball.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, but
it
has nothing to do with it because you said who wants it? Because you try to.
I'm sick and tired of hearing you shit on Zion, and now for some reason Ja Morant growth.
I'm not shitting on Ja Morant.
All they can do is put the ball in your hand.
Okay,
what
so
you do from there is on you. It's not their fault that RJ Barrett only has the left hand, can't shoot under pressure, and whatnot. That's not their fault. It's not their fault that nigga's a role player.
Okay, Ja Morant can't really shoot under pressure either, but we're not taking... See, you're making me take shots at people that I'm not trying to take shots at.
Don't do that.
Right,
don't do that.
We were comparing him... Okay, we were trying to compare him to his constituents.
Utah putting 40 on Donovan Mitchell's head.
So... Understand something also understand something that we're missing here. Ja Morant's personal usage rate is super high because he's the point guard. They're not gonna take the ball out of his hand. The second year into his NBA season, Zion Williamson didn't come out and was like, give me the ball, I want this ball in my hand. No, Stan Van, cause that's what you made it. No, that's what you made it sound like. That's what you just made it sound like. That Zion Williamson wanted it more than RJ Barrett, so the coach put the ball in his hand. No, Stan Van Gundy saw that he had a genetic mismatch. And he put the ball in the guy's hand that was 6'6", 280 pounds, and is a walking fucking bulldozer.
So did he make him score though? Did he make him score?
No, but he just upped his usage.
Okay then.
He took advantage of the walking bulldozer.
He recognized that he had a bona fide player.
He recognized that he had a genetic freak. He has a walking bulldozer, and he upped his personal usage. What I'm telling you is
there are a lot of genetic freaks who are not out here averaging 27 and 7.
You're right. You're right. You're not. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that are okay with being mediocre in the league. We don't talk about those guys.
But yet you shit on this dude, call him the better version of Kenneth Faried, and like, come on, man, stop that shit. RJ needs more growth.
You saw Kenneth Faried was making that comeback, B. Kenneth Faried making a comeback, B. He was like, Zion could get these dollars. He listened to the podcast. He's like, Zion could get these dollars. These niggas is right. I can get this money too, B. But okay, all jokes aside, right?
RJ had the most growth. The nigga needed growth. Otherwise, he was gonna be a bum.
Listen, Do we agree or not? Okay, do we agree or disagree that Stan Van Gundy is a better coach than whoever was coaching the Knicks right before Tom Thibodeau?
No, because if you hadn't been coaching over a decade, what the fuck makes you worthy of being a coach now? Especially with the way basketball's changed.
So he's not a better coach than Mike Miller?
The era that Stan Van Gundy was coaching, way different.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, do you not think that Stan Van Gundy is a better coach than Mike Miller? Does Stan Van Gundy does not hold more respect in coaching circles and amongst players, young and old, over Mike Miller?
I don't think you understand.
Okay,
You cannot. How do you? The last time
I need to find this man's coaching resume, son, because it's blowing me.
Yo, why are you tap dancing?
Now you tap backpedaling.
Now you backpedaling.
Tap dancing, that's one thing I never do. Don't ever do that to me. Don't ever tell me I'm tap dancing. I've told you, this man hasn't coached a good team in over a decade. Over a decade. You want to know why? Because he won't adapt to the way the game has changed. The game has literally changed right in front of his face. He has those big-ass glasses, and he hasn't put it to use. That's why the fuck he's out of a job right now. How you just got... He just got
I get
there.
what you're... I understand what you're saying.
And they fired him after 1 year.
Okay.
So how the hell am I supposed to know that he's a better coach than Mike Miller when he got hired to coach that freak? And you get fired after 1 year because you... Come on, man. No.
So, what my question still is, before he gets this job, right, to coach Zion Williamson, if you go to anybody in the world and say, hey, New Orleans is about to get Mike Miller as their head coach, how do they feel? How do they react? Then they come and say, oh, you're about to get Stan Van Gundy as your coach.
I still wouldn't care.
I understand. You may not care, but that actually says something different to players. Players actually react.
You're asking me. Here's the thing. You're asking me.
Okay,
you're asking me.
I get it.
You're not asking everybody else.
But okay.
Fuck everybody else.
But I'm also asking you to gauge to use your knowledge to gauge what you know about the basketball circle. I understand how you may feel, but also let's go around to other people.
How you asking me a direct question and then mid question you switch it up, change it about thinking about everybody else.
Because you know some of these questions aren't direct. Like let's not play communication literacy. Okay.
You said, do I think Mike Miller is a better coach than Stan Van Gundy, or do I think Stan Van Gundy? Either way, I told you no.
Okay.
I don't think Stan Van Gundy is a better coach than him.
And when it comes to the NBA circle, who do you think? Which name do you think has more clout when it comes to players and coaches and other personnel? Because that's basically what we're really judging here. How would players react to him? Do you think they're gonna act? Do you think their eyes perk up more when they hear Mike Miller, the guy that was some assistant coach, or when they hear Stan Van Gundy, one of the Van Gundy brothers? Because that's what we're really talking about here.
Jeff will get more value before that fool.
I understand what you're saying, right? But Stan Van Gundy's weight, name, and what he's done in the NBA still holds more weight with players and NBA circles than some assistant coach named Mike Miller. And it forces a young guy that's only been in the league for 2 years to pay attention a whole lot more. And also, we also do believe... What?
Wait a minute. You think just because the coach doesn't have no clout or nothing, like the fuck, you just got into this league. Who the fuck are you to be out here not paying attention or not being engaged? No. If anything, that's more of an indictment on the player.
But it's not. But we all know some players. We all know players' mentality. No. Some players, you go a little bit harder when you hear certain people. Like you focus a little bit different. Like we've seen the difference.
You just got in this league. You have no right. You have no right. That's how you end up out of the league, or not as great as you should be. That's garbage. If players do that.
Wait, you have to give Stan Van Gundy at least the credit to put the ball in Zion's hands. Because you know what? Nobody else had did that until then.
But you understand the point that you just made will make RJ look bad, right?
What's that?
You understand that, right? In terms of because of clout name makes you go harder or anything like that. So you telling me because Mike Miller was over there, RJ wouldn't go hard? Is that what you saying?
No, I'm saying that.
Understand that could contradict what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to point out.
But I'm also saying is that he doesn't have better coaching schemes. You're like you don't understand his coaching philosophy coming into there.
Better coaching schemes? What coaching scheme has Stan Van Gundy put out that's been productive since 2009?
See, that's exactly. You don't know coming in there until you get them. Yes. Until
I watched the game and I've watched his team be sorry. I saw when he went to coach Detroit. That team should have been way better than what they were with him. Are you serious? Because he hasn't adapted to the game today. He hasn't done it. If he did, he would have never been out of coaching.
I get what you're saying.
Stone cold fact.
I get what you're saying, but Stan Van Gundy has coached a team to an NBA Finals. That holds
and hasn't
weight.
Done shit since.
It don't. That
was 12 years ago.
Okay.
12 years ago.
When was the last time when was Doc Rivers last in the NBA Finals?
But has Doc Rivers? Ooh, you gonna compare Doc Rivers to Stan?
I'm not comparing him to. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You look what you're saying here.
Oh
I'm just saying. Look what you're saying here.
You don't compare Doc Rivers, a coach who's gonna be if he's not already in the NBA Hall of Fame, to a dude who hasn't even adjusted to today's time. Lord have mercy. Give me strength. Give me strength. Give me strength. I rebuke thee, Satan. It is the Lord's day.
Like, see, this is what happens. Like, you get me talking shit about people that I have no intention of bringing to light their failures.
Remember, you started this when you wanted to talk about how this RJ better growth than.
He's had more growth. He has more growth. Look at his number. Yo, his numbers are great.
The motherfucker out of here.
Yo, his numbers are great.
Bullshit.
Yo, his numbers are great.
Whose numbers are great? Whose numbers are great?
Look at percentages. Yo, they're great.
Whose numbers are great?
They're great.
Whose numbers are great?
They're
Say it
great.
Right now.
RJ Barrett's numbers are great.
RJ Barrett's numbers are great?
They're great.
RJ Barrett's numbers are great? RJ Barrett's numbers are great? And I just told you 27 and 7? You talking about RJ numbers?
Listen. Wait. Time out. Who had the number? Wait, who had the number one usage on the New York Knicks last year? Who was taking all those shots? Who was the percentage of the offense called for?
I've literally stated this so many times. You think if Julius Randle could tell if RJ was that dude, you think he would take all them shots?
I think Tom Thibodeau would still coach it that way.
Do you if Julius Randle last season
we talk. Yo, listen, we
that RJ Barrett was that dude. Do you think he would take all them shots?
Yes.
Because all that would have been is another person who could ease the load off me with my non-right hand. You don't tell me RJ. Here's the number one reason why RJ's growth it doesn't compare to Zion or Ja. That nigga still can't go right. Get the hell out of here.
What?
You show me you have a right hand that I can trust. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
That's
with that
blasphemy.
Shit.
He definitely can't go right.
No right hand having ass. When
What?
I'm literally watching the playoffs.
I'm gonna watch the tape. You're gonna force me to watch a whole lot of tape.
When niggas are yelling, he's going left. He's come. That nigga
because he's left-handed. They do that for all lefties. They always be like, yo, force him right.
He doesn't use the right.
You know what, yo? Yo, Jalen Rose would be so disappointed in you right now.
He uses his right. He's left-handed, but at least he used his goddamn right.
Do you remember?
Me? Harden is left-handed. One of the greatest left-handed niggas of all time. But that nigga can go right. The nigga can go right.
That's not what they said about him his first 2 years.
But can the nigga go right?
He can now, but that's not what they said about him his first 2 years.
Serious?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm just saying what they said about him. I'm just saying what they said about him his first 2 years.
RJ Barrett's first 2 years compared to Harden's don't even fucking compare. Don't even fucking compare.
But also, wait a minute. Is R.J. Barrett playing with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook? Exactly, because it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. Like you said, it doesn't compare.
Is that James Harden's fault?
Well, is that R.J. Barrett's fault? Is that R.J. Barrett's fault?
Come off the bench and put buckets.
Okay.
I all I know is within the first couple of years, I've seen James Harden put 40 points on the board. Has RJ even touched 30?
He has touched 30.
When?
Or at least 28.
When? Shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up.
I can't remember, but I think he's at like 30 or 32. I listen. I've been on a 30. I've been on a 30.
Damn 30.
I think he's had a 32-point game. I've been on a. I was on his 30 watch. I was on his 30 watch. But do you remember?
Nigga can't even use his damn right hand. He will get 30 points in this NBA.
Listen.
That's how you know this defense in the NBA is weak. If I see a nigga who is so scared and petrified to use his right hand, the Knicks have two niggas who are petrified to use their right hand. I'm gonna blitz that left hand so hard. Shit, me. You gonna go right today, nigga.
So listen. So, do you remember when the summer league was starting? The name that I told you to watch out for. Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember when the summer league was starting? There was a name I told you to watch out for. He wasn't a Knick, but I was like, yo, there's this dude. I only gave you his nickname. Yo, why my man still talking about the right hand? Listen, because guys love their right hands. Okay? Like what? But KJ, do you remember the name? Are you thinking? Do you need some thinking music? KJ, can you hear me? KJ, are you with me? Did we lose KJ? The hell just happened? KJ is on mute. Why are you muting it? Why are you on mute? KJ, I unmuted you. What's going on here, KJ? Talk to me. Okay. Pop-up summer podcast. I see now why you was trying to come in the studio. Alrighty. So, for everybody out there, let's continue this conversation. When the summer league started, all right, there was a name before the summer league started. I guess right after the draft, if you want to say, there was a name that I told, and I've been telling everybody that, yo, you need to watch out for him. And it's so funny, right? Because I know this is only like the 4th podcast we've done for the summer. So I think this is maybe only like the 2nd, maybe the 3rd that we've done since like the draft and summer league. Maybe not, maybe all 4 since the draft and summer league. And it's almost funny because like I said, I'm a sports nut, right? You guys know, like, I'm a sports nut. So even in regular conversation with strangers, I'd be like, yo, listen, like I told them about the podcast, and like, and they say, I'm sharing with them, like, yo, listen, like, I'm into summer league, and instead of talking about like my Knicks, and I know I've said this already because I feel like this is exactly how I led up to it in the past. Instead of talking about my Knicks, I'm over here talking about guys in the other summer league teams because, yo, it's been really, like, summer league was really good because, not for nothing, I'm watching these guys be competitive amongst themselves. Yo, KJ, whenever you're ready to come back and join us, you let me know. All right, so you know that they're trying. At least these guys are trying. And out of all of the names, out of all of the picks, right, it wasn't, like, even as much as I was engaged in all of the Knicks picks, right, and engaged in the 1st and 2nd pick, there was a name that I was really, really interested in. I was really, really interested in. And it was because, right, it was a couple of things. One, when I heard his name, it made me think of another player, right? It automatically made me think of another player. And then secondly, it was because of his nickname. I was like, damn, that's his nickname? Okay. He's officially caught my interest. Let me see what this dude's about, right? I knew he came from a school that was a nice, you know what I mean, like hard working program. like they believed in a lot of the fundamentals and getting your nails dirty kind of shit. You know what I mean? So I said, let me pay attention to him. And I'm telling you, it has been one of my joys for a long time that when I lock in on a gem from the draft and they come through, it really warms the belly. I've said this name already in the past pop-up podcast. Let me remind you guys of this guy's nickname. His nickname is Off Night. Right? Now my retarded ass, I automatically think it's a joke about his skin complexion, right? Because like I see race jokes everywhere. Right? But they go to explain it, and I remember the explanation they talked about during the draft. They call this kid Off Night. And the reason why they call him Off Night is because when you play against him, you're gonna have an off night. And I was like, oh, well, that's a hell of a nickname. What's going on, MILF? I mean, mom and two kids. Sorry, I completely read that all differently. That it was actually. I've been drinking.
Have some damn respect.
B, what? Oh, this is when you come back. Like, we lose KJ for like 5 whole minutes. I don't know what he did. Like, he was probably like taking a quick piss or some shit. And no, you listen. You guys are not gonna
have some damn respect.
My bad. I did not mean that the way that came out. Like, I saw mom at 2 kids, and my brain automatically registered as MILF. For some odd reason, my bad. Like, I don't know why.
There's no explanation.
It was like
we're talking about. So you know what you are. You know what you are.
What?
You those niggas who be like, that wasn't my intention.
Well, listen. I am that wasn't my intention ass nigga. Like, listen, sometimes shit gets misconstrued. Like, sometimes people like misunderstand what you're trying to say versus what you're trying to do.
Listen, man, you need to be around more women in your life.
What are you talking
women
about?
Will slap the shit, because women will slap the shit out of you. Talk about some. I don't give a fuck if that was your intention or not, nigga. You said what you said.
Listen, I'm surrounded by women. Unfortunately, listen, like this is where I learned my verbal communication skills from. See, look at Natalie said, "Nah, we love him."
That nonsense.
See,
what women you around?
Natalie just talk. Natalie's over here. Look, go on, Poppy. Natalie's like, "Nah, we love him."
We love who?
Me.
Love you? You? Man, that what that is? That's just a mother's love. What that was, we love him. That's a mother loving their lost child.
Nat don't have no kids. What are you talking about? Nat ain't no
I'm talking
milk.
about you, fool. I'm talking about you, fool. You are the lost child.
But
and we just love you because you know what you are. You the child we got. It's like, hey, listen, don't pay him no mind. He's lost. We love him, no.
Oh, you mean that's talent? Giggity, giggity, goo.
Yeah, that's what you are. That's what that was. Don't let that go to your head.
Oh shit. Listen, I'm glad you're back finally. Nat over here calling me her son and shit.
I had something to do.
Okay, so I don't think I think I only managed to get off his nickname. I don't know how. I didn't get off his real name. Do you remember me telling you about that guy to watch in Summer League? Do you remember me telling you to watch the guy named Off Night?
I've been paying attention to Off Night since what's it called, NCAA tournament.
But do you remember me telling you before the Summer League start when we was at
You want roses for somebody that I was already paying attention to.
Listen.
That's what's making me laugh.
I get it, but it wasn't. I'm saying I think I've been telling you guys on the pod. I told you guys on the podcast from week 1, since being drafted. Like I've been saying it. Like you guys, I haven't heard you guys talk about him all year. Like you guys have all this time to talk all of your.
You don't want to talk
all of your
I would
college
love to, but
sports
you don't wanna
that you
talk.
want
I would
to.
love to, but I would love to. You don't want to talk college. You don't want to talk college sports. You don't.
Listen.
So I'm gonna waste my breath. Why am I waste my breath for?
What do you mean?
What did you say you'd rather talk about instead of college sports? What was it again?
Oh, listen, I got a long list. Listen, I'm gonna start making an official list.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start making a list, right? So I'll rather watch wrestling, right? Obviously, I'll rather watch women's tennis.
You don't even care about it. See, that was the one that blew me.
What?
The women's tennis.
I'd rather watch the
women's tennis was
WNBA.
the ones that blew me.
What?
The only women's tennis I'm watching is Serena or Naomi. If it ain't those two, I could give two motherfucking shits. And I love the women. I love them all. Fuck that. If it ain't Serena or Naomi, the fuck I care.
We're talking about college basketball here, though. Not even so much. We're not talking about college football.
You see what you just said? You see what you just said? We're talking about college basketball. We're talking about college. Why would I? It's college sports. You don't care about it. So
No. But I care.
I've had so many dudes. I've had so many dudes from college hoops I've been paying attention to, or pandemic year and whatnot.
Listen, you could listen anytime you
don't care about college sports. Tyler don't care about college sports. I'm not gonna waste my breath. I'm not gonna talk about too much shit. And Tyler already get me riled up about so much shit. I ain't gonna waste my time with that shit.
See, and this is why you shouldn't make assumptions. Come to me, let me know. Like when I'm like, yo, listen, like, be like, yo, no, but I want it though.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't need to risk you being disrespectful to a sport.
I'm not disrespectful to them. I'm never gonna be disrespectful to them.
I'm cool. I'm good.
So just let you guys know, we're not talking college sports because of me. We're not talking college sports because of KJ. You heard it here live on the 4th episode of the Pop-Up Podcast, Summer 21, MyT Sports. Like, it's just
MyT.
yeah. Like listen, I get what you're saying, but
just not go waste my breath on certain things, knowing they don't want to be talked about.
I would gladly talk college sport.
It's like all right, let's stick to this NBA. All right, let's stick to this NFL.
Listen. Even Ron was like, listen.
Let's stick to this whatever scandals going on in baseball, or if the Yankees actually just blew something and pissed us off, or how the Astros are fucking faggots, or the Red Sox fuck them niggas. That's the only time we talk baseball. What else? Wrestling. Let's go ahead and talk about that. UFC. There was a huge fight. Conor McGregor done got knocked out again. Let's talk about that.
Bro, so you're saying it's uncommon to want to talk UFC before college football? Okay, let me add that to my list then. UFC. Listen.
You see why I don't talk college sports people? I'm a chill until talent gets back into professional talk.
What? See, I didn't even realize that it was disrespectful to want to talk some of these things before. Like, I'm over here throwing it out to see which ones could keep offending you guys that I know I like more than I like college football. Like, listen, I'm just built different. Like, you guys know I'm different. Like, WWE excites me way more than college. Like, WWE may be my third favorite. Like, wrestling may be my third favorite sport.
Fake wrestling excites you more than real football.
Listen.
Fake wrestling excites you more than college basketball.
Than college football. Yes.
Stage scripted wrestling, stage scripted writing. You know me. You know that already annoys me because I don't do fake in my body. I don't.
But you know what? No.
Anything fake.
But you know what? But I know you don't do anything fake. But you know it is real.
I would rather watch the spelling bee over WWE.
Actually, that's another thing I'd rather watch over college football.
Exactly. You can add that to my what I'd rather watch instead of WWE.
So, but I know you know what isn't fake though.
Sorry ass bitch ass.
You know what isn't fake though? Rap performances. And as you guys know, I am affiliated with a local wrestling organization called Platinum Pro Wrestling. Our next event is going to be on September 27th. That is 5 days from now. That is this Friday coming up. Right? Now, the coolest thing about this event...
Who cares about fake fighting?
Whoa. Calm your ass down. We gonna mute you.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Motherfucker.
yeah. Cause you messing up money now. You officially muted. You messing up money now and shit and motherfuckers living like like fuck wrong with you. Put this nigga on mute. Alrighty. What isn't fake though is that our co-host, right, the 21 Mark Salute.
Fake wrestling.
Why? Why are you doing this? Like that's not.
You gonna put some respect on college football.
That's not even funny. That's not even funny. What you're doing right now, right? We're talking about people that we know personally, their money, and we're trying to help promote one of our friends' children here, all right? Stop. Like you don't listen. Well, anything that you do, we don't fuck with the church's money, okay? We make jokes about a lot of things, but we don't fuck with the church's money. Have you ever not been taught that? Okay.
See now it's all everybody getting their chest now.
No. Because now you talking about the church's money.
No.
Okay.
No. But I'm not messing with.
Okay.
In terms of,
So we have an event.
I said.
Stop. We have an event on an organization I'm affiliated with that I get paid through by having people come to, which is fucking church's money. Alrighty? So, come out on August 27th, right? You're going to catch us at America's Got Soccer Arena. Let me get this address for you guys. It is on 3488 North Andrews Avenue, Oakland Park, Florida 3304. Now, the coolest thing about this event coming up, right, is that for the first time ever, they're gonna have a live performance. And also for the first time ever, that live performer is going to be the son of our co-host, Mark 21, Mark 350. Not only is this going to be the first time that he's performing here, but it's going to be the first time he's ever being put on a live performance ever. So come out, catch a good wrestling show, come and see him during the intermission, put on his live performance. Come out and have a good time. You probably see something that you've never seen before that you 100% enjoy, and then you'll also see me as your ring announcer doing his thing and announcing all these lovely entertainers to do what they do the best, and that is their craft. Now, PPW, August 27th. Be there. It's Summer Meltdown 2021. Now, let's go continue to talk about all the things that we'll rather talk about other than college football. Like college basketball.
I'd rather talk about how the beach is more lovely than WWE.
How what?
How the beach is more lovely than WWE.
How the beach is more lovely? Well, the beach is. The beach is the beach.
You know,
that's
watching PGA bowling on ESPN is more entertaining than WWE. Watching LeBron James be the greatest player of all time is more entertaining than the WWE.
Well, that's also more entertaining than college football. So, like, he gets 2 points for that one. But let's get back into it.
At least college football, college basketball.
Listen, but I've been trying to mention. I tried to mention a couple podcasts ago. I think it was like one of the last couple podcasts that we had for the regular season. That with the name and likeness changes, right, and now players being able to get paid, it has piqued my interest a little bit more. It's piqued my interest to want to start keeping track of what's going on in college football, because I know a lot of these. Now I know for a fact, right, that. Because we know some people do go for the love of it, and that's still in this. But now I know for a fact that these players are going to certain places, and they're going to be able to get paid. And I'm going to be interested to see how they're going to be utilizing to get paid. Some programs are going to have it already built into it, right? Just because of who the fuck they are. Alabama already came out and started utilizing their leverage. Like, I'm excited about that shit. You know what I mean? Like I want to see how Oklahoma is going to counteract. I want to see how Clemson's going to counteract. Like I want to see how these HBCUs, how they you know what I mean, how they are able to utilize how their players are being able to utilize that same platform and being able to see. Like I don't even care so much about the game. I'll care about that a little bit more when tournament time come and they're now 12 and their 12-team playoff come. I'm more interested about.
We won't need to waste your time on that.
We won't need to waste your time on that. So
Look.
you can disrespect college football some more.
The
We'll
playoffs?
leave that alone.
The
Yeah,
playoffs?
we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
Oh no, I am so interested in I am so more interested in college football this year than I probably been in the last 3 years. But in the last 3 years we've had we've been under like pandemic rules or pandemic time. So I think that's kind of like just a nature of the game. So I was still talking about college. Out of college basketball, the name the person that caught my eye out of everybody coming out of that draft was Davion Mitchell, aka Off Night. And I was just happy about watching this guy that I heard had this nickname. But also, after I saw him play his first Summer League game, and I was like, oh shit. Like he's doing this shit to these motherfuckers. Like it was some real. It was like, remember Zion? Do you remember Zion Williamson? His first Summer League game, was it his first Summer League game? He had to play the Knicks. His first was it? Did they play the Knicks their first Summer League game? Do you remember? KJ. Okay.
Yeah. It was the Knicks.
Okay. So during his first Summer League game, he had a play where, and it was an early play too, where Kevin Knox got a defensive rebound, and
he got bitched.
I remember Zion literally like ripped that shit from him and right and put the ball back up. Well, that's the kind of shit I saw from Davion Mitchell. Right, on defense, like his first Summer League game though, he's playing defense. And he's literally snatching the ball out of motherfuckers' hands, like forcing them to pick up their dribble. And the moment they pick up their dribble, like he's taking them. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. But the thing that changed was that all of a sudden the guy that's known for all defense is banging down 3-pointers like it's nothing. But that's the same thing we saw from Deuce McBride as well, where he came into Summer League as well, highly working on his 3-point shot, and you saw him shoot. Knocking out his 3-point shot at a high range. You know what I mean? So at a high clip is basically what I'm looking for. So that all around the board, it kind of impressed me to see how hard these kids had worked from college to summer, right, or to the Summer League time, right? For like the things that they weren't known for. Then you see them in Summer League and you're like, oh, the ones that really want to get better, you can see that, oh, they worked on that thing. They worked on that. They worked on that. They worked on this. They got better at this. They got better in that. And not just Davion Mitchell and not just Deuce McBride from the New York Knicks, right? There were tons of players. I want to say they were a good, easy 6 to 12 players that, from the shit that you heard, like, from what was their negative grade, like they were being scouted for coming out of college, you like they either worked on it, or because it's now the NBA game and things change a little, you can see now like whatever that was is turning into a complete positive. And then for some players, you can see whatever their weaknesses was just their weaknesses. So I was happy, like, to discover Davion Mitchell, but then also the fact that he won, he was the co MVP of the Summer League, along with the dude that I wanted that went to Brooklyn. Like, I was like, you know what though? Sometimes even though I'm mad at that we don't get the guys that I like, I'm glad that the guys that I like actually just do something with their career. Even if it's something as minute as be a star in Summer League. It at least lets me know that, hey, there was that. It lets me know that my eyes saw something. Now, let's bring this a little bit closer to home with the Knicks. Between Deuce McBride and why is his name slipping my mind right now? McBride and who's the other light skinned guy? What's his name?
Grimes.
There we go, Grimes. It's not just them that they found that was a good gem for where they got him at, because just remember like how they got them. They got them by trading back and accumulating more assets. and then they pick these guys up, which makes them producing in summer league that much more rewarding. Now we hope this can translate to the regular season, but we don't have the regular season to talk about right now. We only can talk about what we've seen up to this point, right? And hope that it projects into their career moving forward. But to have that, like, was a hell of a find. But then also the kid Sims that they get, and you're looking at like, damn, here goes another guy, just a raw talent. He could finish over the top. He could bring weak side help. You know what I mean? Like, he's a hell of a fucking athlete. And you're like, you know what?
Bounce.
Now, because now you have to put it into practical use a little, right? Now you have to start thinking, okay, we have Mitchell Robinson, who's that, regardless of how often he's been injured, we know that he's injury prone. You've been injured once, you could be injured again, right? So now, unfortunately, you get the label injury prone, right? But what I don't mind giving somebody the label injury prone. What I do mind is when somebody's injury prone and you don't take actions to accommodate for it. So he's injury prone. You have you have Nelson Norrell, right? That's injury prone, right? You have Taj Gibson that's injury prone. Having a guy like Sims like that you could bring in helps. Again, somebody just to help eat up extra minutes. Somebody that, you know what? This is a blowout. We don't need to play Taj, right? Or we don't need to play somebody in this role. Let's give this guy a little bit more burn. Let's see how he plays in this matchup. You know, he has good upper body strength, and we know that he guards his, this position well. He has a little bit quicker feet. You know what I mean? Let's try this. Even though I ain't gonna lie to you, the amount of jump shots that Taj Gibson blocks still baffles me. I don't get it. I don't know when players see him, like they change their arch trajectory because he's a 6'7" defender coming at him. But the amount of shots that he blocks that are jump shots really baffles the fuck out of me. His session is far too high. Far too high. Like, even as a Knicks fan, like, and I know it benefits me, right? But I'm looking at that shit, I'm like, how the fuck is he blocking this shot? Like, the younger defenders that should be able to get more bounce than him, like, isn't blocking. How the fuck is he blocking this? Like, I don't get it. You know what else I don't get? How is LeBron James still this sensitive after all these years? Talk to him, KJ.
It's the petty generous king. The petty generous king. It's pretty sad. I mean, you have a team full of niggas. Everybody's over 30. A lot of them on the back nine of their careers. You got one of your youngest players is a dude who's, to your point about injury prone.
Anthony Davis, injury prone.
And then you got the other one who's, if anything, it's very great that they got him because for one, you're gonna speed the tempo. You're gonna have to run. That's for damn sure. But that jumper is suspect, highly suspect. But I mean, we have a right to question. And then you being sensitive about best player in the league, like, brother, man, you've been in this shit for 19 years. Understand? 19 years. They call some, I don't know why, but some call you the best to ever do it. The fuck are you so mad about? You lost in the first round due to health. And the other two people who got all the votes. Now, for one, why is there only 10 people voting on who's the best player in the league? That is one thing.
But you know what, though? Like, let's pause you there. Like, I don't even think it was a real survey that counts for anything.
I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, this was really like somebody taking the pulse of 10 people. Like
10 people.
Like
10
it wasn't 10
speaks
people
for
voted.
everybody?
Like so it was like this wasn't somebody like vote. This wasn't like a vote for something. This was like some beat writer, or like, I don't want to like disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect that position or anything, but this was like some writer, some analyst, some columnist, like somebody that does blogging or journalism for a living, right? Is basically what I'm trying to say, right? That was taking the pulse of a very small group of people to see what they thought about certain, like we do it all the time. Like you could basically call it. He was doing a focus group to get the pulse of what other people, other executives, and other things. So it was really just 10 people, and from those 10, there's like basically everybody thinks it's either KD or Giannis. If they opened it up to an equal amount, right? I can't remember exactly who they had. Like they may have had like one AD, one executive, one this. But if you took now and you asked everybody from each organization that same question in each of those positions that you had in the equal quantities, right? You probably would have gotten a LeBron James vote a couple of times in there. You know what I mean? You probably would have gotten it. Like it probably would have only been probably like, let's say they asked 90 people. Maybe he only gets 15 votes. But he would have gotten his name in there. They asked 10.
10 people. You this tight and sensitive because 10 people thought Giannis and KD were better. I mean, granted, both of these niggas are not about to be, 38, 37 years old? And then one of them just got the motherfucking championship just dominating. Straight up dominating shit. When he possibly, because I'm pretty sure a good amount of people listening have hyperextended a knee before. He had no business being on the court that soon. No business. Still went out there dominated. Still made game-altering plays repeatedly. The one thing that alienated him, free throws, 17 of 19, or 17 of 18, 50 points to close it out. You think that guy doesn't deserve votes in terms of best in the league? I won't call him best in the league, but am I going to judge somebody if they give him a vote? And the other guy, Slim Reaper, easy money sniper, torn Achilles, came back like he never left. Came back like he never left.
Also,
dominated the Olympics. The last 3 games of that series, when he was basically a one-man show, giving everything he could to reel it in. And if it wasn't for his big-ass foot, Milwaukee wouldn't even have a damn championship. 40-point pieces, both games. One of them should have been 50. Triple-doubles in both games, by the way. High in rebounds and assists. Efficient from anywhere you want it. Anywhere you want it, he giving it to you. Pause. You want the layup? Got it. You want the fillet? Got it. You want the dunk? You want the poster? Got it. You want mid-range? Got it. You want free throw? Got it. 3-point? Got it. You want Curry and Lillard range? Got it too. All of it. He's not a liability from anywhere on the court, unlike the other two. Talking about LeBron and Giannis. We don't have to worry about a suspect jump shot, a suspect free throw shooting from KD. But you're mad because you're going into year 19 and nobody, in 10 out of 10 people, not one of those 10 out of all the thousands of people involved in the sport of basketball in terms of voting, in terms of who gets MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, all of that stuff, Coach of the Year, All-Star voting and whatnot. Man, I mean, hey, it's how you became great anyway. Finding any little motivation and using that for you. Cool, do your thing. But just like a certain sprinter, don't be doing all this yapping and you fold. Don't do all this goddamn yapping right now and you fold come game time.
Oh.
Don't be losing in no first round. Don't lose in no second round. Don't lose in no conference finals. Don't do it. I'm not hearing no excuses from you. Because if you're taking it this serious, I don't want to hear nothing about no injuries. I don't want to hear nothing
about the age of your
I don't want to hear
teammates.
nothing.
I don't want to. Listen.
I don't want to hear about
Melo ain't taking the blame. Westbrook ain't taking the blame. It's gonna be all on LeBron.
I don't want to hear nothing about we don't have enough. We need more. I don't want to hear none of it. None of it. None of it. Get your ass in that gym and put some work in then, since you feel so slighted. And come get your crown.
Word.
And come get your crown back. If you really that nigga. If you really that nigga, you wouldn't be crying. My fault. Hold on. Woo, Jesus Christ. I said, if you really that nigga, you wouldn't be crying, bitch, and complaining about it. Real niggas go put that work in silence. And then come back with a vengeance. Come back and raise hell on everybody. You got a nigga who's in your same division, who's light skinned, who's 6 feet, 6'1". They doubted him because everybody left and the team stunk last year. What did he do? Light the NBA up from 3. Damn near was the league MVP. That's how you shut people the fuck up. You don't come out here crying. That light skin is more tougher than you mentally. Fuck out of here with your sorry ass.
But you know what though? Like in a weird way, cause I feel all the things that you're saying, and you know me, I'm not usually one that takes up for LeBron. But that is a little. But you did say something that really helps bring some of it into perspective, and that's that this is the little things that does make people like LeBron James as great as they are, where they find these little things to nitpick at, things that have no real weight, that we like, cause you know what I mean, cause like we talked about.
It's how Brady's done it. It's how Manning's done it.
It's how Jordan did it.
It's how Jordan's did it. It's how Kobe's done it.
Like you find those little things. Like we heard, like we grow. Like I remember growing up listening to all the stuff that Jordan used to hold on to, and all the stuff that and the fact that people used to be scared to like say any little thing, because what would happen is that because Jordan, because basically Jordan was worse than the. He was worse than.
Would literally come tell Jordan in the press conference meeting that so and so said this. Jordan acting like he didn't really pay attention or nothing, and then as he's leaving, he said, "You said such and such. Who said that?" Got you.
Like just remember during tomorrow's game. You know what I mean? But Jordan, like it was so to the fact that Jordan was worse than the media, and the reason why I said is that Jordan would hear you talk great about him, and then he would find one little sentence that could be misinterpreted slightly the wrong way. Hold on to that, misinterpret it the wrong way, and run with that, like the media.
Literally. Jordan is the media in the NBA player's body. That's what Jordan was. The one word in your whole praise of him and whatnot. You could say something like he's a top 3 MVP candidate in terms of a certain league. Top 3 MVP candidate. Okay. Only a top 3 candidate. All right. Watch what I do to this next opponent.
Big facts. Sorry, I just realized something was coming in kind of low. Now maybe it's coming in too high.
Yeah, you sound a little bit louder in my ears now.
Yeah, I realized how low that the volume was coming through on Podbean. I didn't realize that shit, so I made a slight adjustment.
Oh, so you're saying it possibly wasn't me this whole time?
No, it's not your volume. It was how the mic was capturing volume.
I ain't gonna lie, can you bring it down just a little bit? Because now you just talking normal. It sounds like somebody screaming in my ears.
Oh, okay, so maybe that needed to stay low for a reason. Ha! Okay, how was that?
Definitely don't laugh.
Is that better?
Yeah. Ooh, jeez. All right. And plus I've been drinking too.
Okay. Alrighty, so so that is better lower than it is higher. Alright, listen, this is why this is Summer Pop-Up Podcast. During the Pop-Up Podcast, it's basically like, it's really like live fix-it sessions. Like, because I'm trying to figure out all of the kinks I need to get out before I launch the regular season and Labor Day week. That's when we're going to come back for the regular show. Thank you everybody that's listening right now. I appreciate you. And don't worry, the phone lines are open if you guys want to call up. Like I see you guys, Rowan, Arvia, like, and everybody else that just popped in.
We set days yet?
What?
In terms of our set days? We have set days yet?
What?
For the new season?
Yeah. I just said Labor Day week. I just said that.
I'll text you. Because you want to be extra dramatic for the show, so
like I know what you're asking. I haven't quite figured out because
because you obviously now our in terms of outside of podcasts we have other obligations.
Yeah, because I'm
open for us to have it on our typical days.
Yeah, because I'm free. Like, stop. We're talking like a couple of weeks. Talking like September 6th, so we're talking about like 14 days away. Right.
Literally like 2 weeks.
I'm gonna be free now. I know for sure I'm gonna be free that Monday. There's a story to tell behind that. I have a board of things that we're gonna be opening the season with. Right. Right. Oh man. This is gonna be amazing. I would, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask. You know what? Because it popped in my head now. Let me ask you this while I have you on the air. I wanna do a fantasy draft tips podcast to present to my women's fantasy football league, but almost for anybody. But I'm doing one because of my women's fantasy football league. I want to give them something to constantly go to, man. And I want to.
You just say when it's gonna be an entire coaching session of what to do and what not to do.
Oh, and also, is your boo gonna join the fantasy football league this year? The women's fantasy football league?
No, not at all.
Why not?
It'll be a complete waste of time. It'll be how you feel about the last person that you kicked off, so I can get on.
Whoa! Time out. You remember I have a women's fantasy football league. The part of the reason for it is so that beginners can learn and they can get a feel for it and they can all play on an equal playing field. It's not a waste of time if you don't because you don't know what she's doing. This is the perfect platform for her to learn.
Brother man. Independent women could move. This one here could give two shits about football.
But she'll like it because of you. It's a cash prize.
This is a person. When I'm trying to watch games in the crib.
So now now she'll have a reason to possibly watch these games now in the crib because she's you are so downplaying this, you don't even know like the limitless possibilities that you are denying yourself from if she says yes. And you have to let her see.
It don't matter whatever possibilities. You know me. I'm gonna watch my football. Whether I watch them at the house or I leave.
I'm just saying now she gets more involved. Now she may want to watch it. She's like, I got that wide receiver.
Brother man, you're wasting time.
You never know. You never know.
It's not gonna happen.
Listen, this is why I started the women's league.
Let's carry on. And don't make me be like Kendrick Perkins and tell you to carry on. Carry on. Alright? Let's keep moving.
I feel like there's an alternative motive here. Like what you guys think? Call up. Let me how do you guys feel about KJ not wanting his girl to join the all women's fantasy football league?
Look at you playing the media. I didn't say I didn't want. I said it's gonna be a waste of time. But if you would like to bring it to her yourself, you can do that. I'm not wasting my breath on it.
I would.
You give this whole reasoning as to why she should do it. You tell her that. I'm not doing it.
I only have to hear why she doesn't, why she can't do it, and I can easily tell her why. I've already the reason why I started this women's fantasy football league was for all the reasons why anybody would say that they don't want to do it or they can't do it. Only when they say they can't do it, like I've never. Well, this is why I started this fantasy football league for everybody that's ever said that. I can't.
And what do you say for someone who's working a lot?
Well, if they say I can't do it because I'm working and I'll never be able to find the time for it, that's something different.
Okay, because that's chances.
Unless I know them personally, and then I tell them like, listen, it's only fantasy football. Like you can literally just squeeze this in during your shit time. Like literally while you're pooping is when you can fuck with your fantasy football league. Like you don't need that much time. I'm pretty sure whatever time that you.
But the nuances of doing that every day, making sure you do it right before kickoff.
Hey.
Last minute ads that you need to do.
Yeah, poop.
Right?
It's why you pooping. It's a beginner's league. It's literally no more than your poop time.
Like I said, brother, if you wanna have that conversation with her,
But that's what I do. Listen.
I'm not talking.
It's okay.
I
got
am
this.
a person-
I got you.
You want to teach the people who don't know shit about something. Me, I like to educate those who at least have an idea. So I'm not repeating myself because I hate to repeat my goddamn self.
Listen, some people don't have an idea until they have a clue, and they won't have a clue until you help them with that idea.
Well, see, give me the people who have a clue and an idea. I'll take them.
I don't even understand. I don't even sound progressive.
It is progressive because then I'm taking them to a new level. They at least have an understanding. I'm just helping them get to another level.
But I do ultimately want to do a fantasy football like podcast, just like the do's and don'ts, beginner stuff, which is new, who you should draft in the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, like literally all the way through, how you should go about research, little things like that, and to give them some place that they can go to give themselves pointers. And
oh yeah, listen, whenever you're ready for that, you let me know.
okay, that may be sooner than later. About the official start date of the podcast, right? Of next year's podcast. It on Labor Day is still looking like a go because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have time. I can free up time for Labor Day. There's a story to tell behind that, but I can't tell that story on the air for shit.
If you do that, let me have a. I'm gonna let you know something in terms because I'm pretty sure my funky ass job is gonna try to make me come in there for like 4 hours on Labor Day. I'm trying to get them to at least let me have the morning party so I can be done by 12.
Okay.
If not, then I'd be done by 4.
Well, if I was okay, so then I need to know then.
By tomorrow, latest Tuesday, you should know.
Yeah.
Because then for one, I'll at least know if that day I'm working. 1 and 2, I can already put the word in for like, hey, the other 2 times I had to come in on holidays, you have me working the afternoon shift. Let me get the damn closing shift. Because
what's gonna end up happening, if you don't get off till 4, I don't think I'm gonna do a remote podcast there. I want to reserve. I will see, right? Cause, you know what I mean? Because I want maximum sunlight. I want maximum daytime, as well too. Like we want maximum natural light.
Exactly.
Is what they call it in the business. You know.
That's why I'm trying to make sure I'm off.
What's going on? Good.
That day, that I'm
you know the phone lines are always open to you whenever you're ready. Thank you for liking and sharing the podcast. And thank everybody that has joined the podcast, and thank you for liking and sharing the podcast. I really do appreciate you. And if you haven't,
we got a lot of motherfuckers in here today. Shout out to all you niggas. I see all y'all in here joining in here.
And if you haven't liked and shared the podcast as of yet, that is my little
shame on you
and cue to you to go ahead and take this time and like and share the podcast, please. Please. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Help brother out.
Listen,
like and share the podcast.
I keep trying to get to new heights here. And you know I can't get to new heights, you know, unless you guys like and share. You know, that's how these things work. So you mentioned, and this may be the last topic that we get into, and we'll see where we branch off from here. You mentioned to me that there was there was an American that had beef with a Jamaican.
Not necessarily American had beef with Jamaican. But there was an American who was kind of yipping out her mouth too much a little bit.
Her mouth.
Talk about come out her mouth. Yes, it's a woman.
Okay, this is not what I was thinking at all. Okay, this is not what I was thinking at all. I was thinking this is something completely different. Okay, continue. Wait. But before you get up with that, right, and that story, do you mind if I let people know? Actually, you know what? Go ahead. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. All right. But yes, there was an American female who just been talking a lot. You know what I mean? Granted, she's had the support of a lot of people, so her and we've seen what she do. Her work is valid. Her sprinting speed is valid. We've seen it, and she's been caught up with the whole weed scandal and whatnot, which is bogus. We all agree on that, kinda. You do have to follow rules and whatnot, or whatever. Either that. But Sha'Carri Richardson, she had a race that was supposed to go down, that went down. Just been talking, posting how she's gonna win, how she's gonna, how she was gonna whoop the Jamaicans, the ones who won, and whatnot. Just big talking, from whether just from talking or just from posts on Instagram and whatnot, from commercials that were dropped to promote, and everything that Nike did last minute for her. She did all that, and she lost. Not only just lost, B. All three of those Jamaican women, the same ones who went 1, 2, 3 in the Olympics, they doubled back and went 1, 2. They spin the block and went 1, 2, 3 on that ass again.
Wait, so she didn't even place top 3?
Not only did she not place top 3, she came in last place, B. There were 9 runners. She came in 9th.
Wow. So I had just saw something recently that she was going to be running against the whole
basically the whole sprinters who went to the Olympics.
Yeah, the whole Olympic team.
It was mainly a showcase for her since she couldn't go to the Olympics
to show how
damn. Yeah. So this was supposed to be her showing out on what we missed. Thank God you didn't come. If that's what we're gonna see.
Wow.
She got dusted. The Jamaicans smoked her out.
Whoa, shit. Well, that's what Jamaicans do. They smoke you out.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they hit her with the.
Sorry, B.
Wow.
Smoke. Like it was embarrassing from the jump. It wasn't like it was a steady path, like from the gun. She was behind the 8 ball. From the gun. From as soon as the gun went off, like, oh, she lost.
Like, damn, look how she lost.
Mm-hmm. Blew out. I'm like, damn, if you're gonna talk like that, if you're gonna lose, at least place. Top 3, you feel me? Something.
I ain't gonna lie.
Last?
This whole entire time, I thought you were talking about Usain Bolt and the football player.
Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, when you was telling me that,
Tyreek Hill.
about some American Jamaican beef shit, I was like, oh, is this the Tyreek Hill and Usain Bolt shit? And when you ain't
nobody care about that. That's just them niggas talking shit over social media. I don't give a damn about no social media bullshit.
And interviews.
I don't care. It don't mean shit until the niggas actually ready to step on a track and settle it once and for all. All that is just ways for Usain Bolt to keep his name relevant and for Tyreek Hill to stay relevant while preseason is going on. Nobody gives a fuck. All that is just talk. Don't care.
But you know what though?
Because the way those two niggas are set up, if they really wanted to get that shit on and popping, it would have been happened by now. Stop it.
Word. But you know what can help you not be all talk and help you continue to be relevant? That is Blue Chew, folks. And in case you don't know, Blue Chew is that little blue pill that will give you back that thrill. All you gotta do is open up a pack and then head to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? With the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Yes, folks, those two blockbuster keep you up kind of stuff, right? This is one opportunity that you just can't miss. She's gonna love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chewed Advance. And if you use today's promo code of SQGH, that is Sierra Kilt Golf Hotel. Is that what Q is? I can't remember what the fuck Q was. But okay. But Sierra Kilt Golf Hotel, right? SQGH. And that's going to get you $20 off your first order. Come close to the mic. Come close. Listen to this, right? I know I said that's $20 off your first order. But what that really is, right? If you pick the right one, That is basically you getting your first order for free. Yes, folks, for the free $99. All you gotta use is the code SQGH. Get your order. I'm sorry? What?
Maybe the Cowboys should use some Blue Chew. So that way they won't be all talk and will actually be relevant.
Listen, man, I don't know if Blue Chew can even help the Cowboys.
Damn.
Listen.
It's a hard knock life.
For real. Hey.
Or it's a soft knock life.
Listen, you don't gotta be a soft knock life with Blue Chew. Like I said, unless you're a Cowboys or a Cowboys fan. Sorry, Cowboy fans. Listen. This is no. Listen.
No, we're not. We're not sorry. Or at least I'm not. I'm not sorry at all. I'm not sorry whatsoever. I'm not sorry for any shade that is thrown on any NFL team, especially for the way mine has been catching some type of shade. So everybody catching smoke.
The Giants are still catching smoke. Like the Giants
they need to, because everything is on their quarterback who looks like Mr. Rogers' son.
Like you know what the problem is
the
Giants need the same
Get
thing.
The fuck
like
out of here.
you know, okay, so for a long ass time, the Jets had the same exact problem, right? And the Jets' problem was they needed a quarterback. Now they think they may have that quarterback now, but the Jets for like a decade needed a quarterback, if not longer. Well, you know what? The Giants have had one consecutive problem this whole for a decade as well, and that has been their offensive line. For some reason, they keep missing out on other guys that people find, or they can't develop them, or they make trades and pay big money for guys that used to do good work 10 years ago, and they can't do work now because they've been injury problems over the last 10 years, and you're surprised why you didn't come through for you this season. Like how? Like
real. Let's be real for a second.
What's up?
If the Giants had a legitimate offensive line, Daniel Jones wouldn't be playing quarterback because Eli Manning would still be holding it down. This might be probably his last year, but Eli would still be holding it down if they had a legitimate offensive line.
How 2 years in the league so far? Daniel Jones? This is the second year?
No. 2019, this would be a third year.
He replaced Eli halfway through or some shit like that, and then last year. Not even. No, Eli retired, and then they drafted him. Who? Oh, Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
How does one guy haunt both New York football franchises? Like, how can one name make both franchises shudder equally?
I think what makes it even worse with Geno Smith, he played high school football at a high school that I went to.
Isn't it down here? Yeah, he was down.
Yeah, he went to Miramar High. Miramar High is right next to the.
Yo, can I tell you, he had such a following.
Miramar High is right
next. You couldn't say nothing bad about Geno Smith.
At that time, everybody, if you were in that St. Thomas game, you was at Miramar High School to watch Geno Smith, Stedman Bailey, another NFL wide receiver. Thank God he's still living after he got shot in the head a few years ago. Ooh. God bless him. But
if you know any of these guys, listen, or any of these guys that used to play with them, call them up, have them come on the podcast. I want to talk to them about that Geno Smith era. Yo, but still, why does one name because it's not often that you get a player that plays for the Giants and play for the Jets. I mean, it happens. I feel like, but it doesn't happen super often enough, but also not one guy that makes both teams cringe. Because normally, a guy is good for one team and then bad for the other. You know what I mean? Like, he's normally not usually bad for both teams. You know what I mean? Well, wait, did the Jets end up getting that whack ass fucking right tackle or whoever the Giants used to have at one point in time? Nah, that wasn't the Jets that picked him up.
Jared Lorenzen,
Some shit, some guy like that. Like I don't think it was the Jets that picked him.
a big ass quarterback, right? Who looked like he should have been on the offensive line, right?
No, it was offensive line guy. It wasn't Jeff. It was some offensive line guy, a right tackle or some. Damn it, right? No, guard. He was a guard. He was a goddamn guard. And he was soft as fucking pudding. Oh my god, he was like the worst problem ever. Or maybe it was a right. What was a guard that was the Jets problem? Who knows? Confusing.
No, I know. I think I know which tackle you're talking about. I think his name's Eric Flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He never played for the Jets.
Okay.
I think what pisses me off with him the most, because obviously, after the Steelers, Giants, who I root for, that nigga played at my college. That nigga played for the school I root for at Miami, and I'm like, how did you become this bad? How did you? That was you were a top 10 pick. I didn't see none of this shit when you was down here. But then back to Geno Smith. Here's the thing.
But that just shows you.
Geno Smith, one thing.
So for some people, that first bag is just enough for them for their work ethic to waver. It really is. Like that first bag, and not for everybody it is, but for that first bag, it's just enough for their work ethic to waver. Now for NBA players, they're now being taught and groomed that and we said that first bag. We're talking about that rookie bag, but. They're taught that you need that first extension, and then your work ethic can waver all the fuck you want. Like they're literally groomed for that. Hey, this ain't done yet. You need these motherfuckers to re-up your contract to give you an extension, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want after that. Sorry, I just had to make sure people understand tendencies.
Back to Geno Smith. Do you really trust a man to be a great quarterback when his name is Eugene Cyril Smith III?
No, I trust him to do my taxes, and then I actually expect him to actually launder money from me.
But yet this was the starting quarterback.
But you know what though?
In New York,
with a name like that, he looks like a kind of guy that his own teammate would punch in the face.
Who? And that happened. But I tell you, because I would go. I went to some of those games, man, when he was playing down there in Miramar.
He was lining it up.
Oh my God, lighting it up. The nigga was a god at Miramar High School. I think at that time, because I'm gonna say, because I was like he graduated like 08, so we talking like around that time. That was around the time I had just got down here. So like, and Miramar was where I first moved to. So I would go because I hype around the school because I was in middle school at the time. Everybody told like, yo, we out to the Miramar game tonight, right? We out there. You gotta go see, yo, this nigga Geno Smith. This nigga's the truth, kid. This nigga's the truth. So yo, what? For one, I had to sneak out because real Caribbean parents, especially when you're that age, they're like out here bugging about anywhere you go to, especially on a Friday night. So I would go out there, I would watch him like, yo, this dude would just throw it from anywhere, whether it be little screen passes to Stedman Bailey and he takes off, or and throwing it deep, intermediate routes. Anyway, you would have thought, forgive me, but it was like watching the Black Peyton Manning. Surgical out there on that field. Surgical. So to see how it really his fall in the NFL, it really pissed me off because I was just like, I didn't see this. I didn't see this coming.
But you know what though?
This is not his fall in the it's strictly clear, and it's clear as day. But when I saw it in the Jets before anybody else, it was clear work ethic issues. Clear work ethic.
But
because the type of talent that he was displaying at high school, even some of his years in college too, for his fall off like that is strictly work ethic. Strictly work ethic.
So I'm also gonna say this too, right? The Jets had the same problem that the Knicks had, right? Is that they didn't have anybody to develop, And for the Jets specifically, they had nobody to develop the quarterback position, which does need development. Does need some kind of creativity. Like when they had Geno Smith, they had it was during the Rex Ryan era, and in the Rex Ryan era, it's basically, hey, hand the ball off to your defense, to your running back or whatever. We're gonna play good defense. Let's see if you can make a couple of passes where we need you to make passes. There's not really a lot of emphasis on quarterback development, or maybe he just not able to, like, the people that they had weren't able to identify the right people that can develop quarterbacks. And I say that similar to, because again, like the Knicks could bring in whoever they wanted to that may have had any kind of inkling of talent. But if you have nobody to really help develop that talent and coach up that talent, which could be two different things, coaching and developing sometimes, right? In a weird way. But if you have nobody for that, then it just never really comes out right. You know what I mean? Like, your talent never really shines sometimes. Like sometimes you could be snuffed out just because of your surroundings. Like, now some people, like, it don't matter. You're gonna rise regardless of your surroundings. Like, it don't matter if you have bad coaching. Like, some guys are just gonna ball. They're just gonna put up 25 points a game like it's nothing. 27 points a game like it's nothing. You know, 7 assists, 6 assists. That's a shout out to not only your boy, BFV, BFF or whatever, right?
Who? What?
Your boy, BVF.
Who?
You call him Zion. Right? That's a shout out to your boy, BVF, and also Colin Sexton as well. You know what I mean?
BVF?
Yeah. Better version of Fareed.
The fuck? Continue. I think I'm gonna just start ignoring your Zion takes from now on.
I'm not being disrespectful to him. I'm actually bigging him up.
Hey, continue. Carry on.
Like you hold on to the wrong stuff.
Carry on.
But but shout out to your boy like BVF, and also like Colin Sexton, that even with bad coaching, right, or even if when you're having like continuous coaching change and coaching turmoil, that you're still able to put up those kinds of numbers and show that kind of growth. Like that's a shout to that kind of shit. Like, so I mean, you have some players that could do it, like could do it, but ultimately, like those are few and far between weird talent. Well, maybe just realize that how much more we should have went off of Colin Sexton.
I've been saying we should have went after that man.
I'm just thinking about that.
I've been saying that.
Like, how much more we should have went up.
Saying that.
Like, we should have went after him.
My God, you gonna make me hang up.
Listen,
now.
I agree we should have went after him. I'm realizing now how much more we should have went after him. Like how much harder we should have tried to go after him. Okay, maybe that's the words I'm using. How much I should find. How much harder we should have tried to get Colin Sexton. But I'm pretty sure to get Colin Sexton, they were probably talking about a couple of young guys and a couple of picks and other stuff like that, and they probably didn't want to part with that. But we'll see though. We'll see how the mid-season starts to play out, how things start to go as the season comes along. But see, it makes it tough right now because if you had Colin Sexton, you don't need Kemba Walker in my eyes.
Exactly.
Because you have a guy in Colin Sexton that you think that he can play 82 games plus he can give you 25 points per game. He's gonna give you about the same amount of assists or whatever. He's a little young.
He's gonna play defense.
Yeah, he's gonna play defense. He's gonna play more defense and better defense, and you know what I mean, like,
and still give you 25.
And yeah,
with probably 6-7 assists.
Damn, I would have preferred. As I'm looking at it now, I may have preferred Colin Sexton.
Trying to tell you. And I was banging that drum.
No, you was banging that way harder than I was.
I was
You were banging that way harder than I was. Yeah.
Way harder.
Like I co-signed on it, but I wasn't banging it.
I was already, and because what was the thing that I was saying for the Knicks to get? I was saying I didn't want them to go get some real established superstar unless it's Dame Lillard who could fit the system, because it's all about building the culture. Dame was gonna fit the culture. But I already knew, I was already low in my expectations, because I'm like, to get him, it would almost be like a Melo situation. We was going to give them almost any good thing that we had to get it. So I started going like that's why I mentioned the light-skinned point guard from Toronto, Van Vliet. That's why I mentioned him. A point guard, and this is where Colin Sexton came in. A point guard who puts in work, who's on the verge of taking it to the next level, to stardom level, just needs to be put in that right position and really given the keys to say, here.
That is definitely
This is
Colin
yours.
Sexton because, like I said, like
and that's why I started banging the Colin Sexton drum, because Toronto just paid Van Vliet, so that was already dead. But then when I came to Cleveland and noticed Sexton, I was like, that's the one. That literally fits everything I'm saying right now.
I'm liking
His nickname on Instagram, and even what they was calling him before they came into the league, was Young Bull. You don't get that kind of nickname if you're not a dog.
Yeah, the more and more I think about him, the more and more I like it. Because I just really had to think, because think about it, right? Because think about what you just said about Zion, and I was thinking about this on the fly, and when I brought it up a while ago, as you know, like you just talked about Zion Williamson's numbers, 27 and 7, right? That's kind of what Colin Sexton put up last year. Like, let me go.
Don't make me sad. Don't make me sad.
No. It made me realize it. Like,
you gonna make me sad. You gonna make me sad.
I may be right.
Because that's who I want the Knicks to get. Don't make me sad.
So Colin Sexton last year, right? Okay. No. I over-exaggerated.
Wow.
Wait.
24 points per game.
And 4 assists.
4 assists a game.
Okay,
3
that's the right
rebounds. 37% from 3-point range. 82 free throw. 47% from the field.
But look at the jump, though.
Oh, man.
Look at that, 16 to 20 to 24. Now, granted, we're talking about a couple more minutes every single game, but it shows you, like, with 2 more minutes every single game, he's producing 4 more points. In a weird way. His 3-point, like,
and he gets you one steal a game.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And he'll be in a better. And he'll be in a better defensive.
A much better situation.
So you know some of these numbers
that
will be
point
better.
guard with Tibbs.
Yeah. So he'll end up averaging.
We talking Derrick Rose we talking young D Rose with Tibbs all over again.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. When I realized that his numbers could have possibly had been up there with that, I'm like, okay, you know what? Colin Sexton may need a little bit more credit that I think he gets.
Listen, let me tell you right now. What he did for Cleveland this past year, if he was on the Knicks and he did that, he's on the All-Star team.
Oh, listen,
he's on the All-Star team.
And the whole entire world knows about him.
He's on the All-Star team. Those numbers that I just read, if he did that on our Knicks team,
not only that, I'm gonna tell you.
He's starting. He's probably starting in the All-Star game.
You know what's so funny? I'm gonna tell you something that'll be really weird, right? Because you said that he'll be starting the All-Star game. I said that the whole entire world would know about him. But you know also what would have happened too? That game, right? That he played, where it was 3 against 5. The replay of that moment would have been replayed 1,000 times during the regular season. Everybody would have known about that shit, or would have been reminded about it. And also the moment, I think it's in Summer League or some shit like that, or the first game of the season, early on the season, where he slaps the court or whatever to play defense. That would have been replayed 1 billion times as well. Like, those 2 moments would have been immortalized immediately, immortalized and globalized.
I'm sad now.
Damn. But we got our guy, though. We got our guy.
Yeah.
Listen, man, yeah.
Going into the 4th year, he hadn't even touched the prime yet. He hadn't touched his prime yet, and he just averaged 24, 4, and 3. 82% from the free throw line.
On a bad
38% from 3.
In a bad coaching scenario.
On a bad team.
Because you know what? Let's. I want to realize. I'm gonna stop trying to say.
Oh man.
Because I'm gonna stop trying to say on a bad
Knicks.
team. Because you know
Knicks.
what? You know what we've learned.
The progress y'all making, but that is one that y'all should have went for. Oh, and I was beating the hell out that drum for y'all niggas to do
So,
it.
KJ, we're gonna. I want to ask you if we're able to establish a new guideline. Not so much a guideline. It's not so much a stipulation. A new foundation, in a sense, right? For something, right? I'm just realizing this. I don't think I'm gonna be saying that these were bad. These guys are playing on bad teams anymore. I think I'm gonna start saying they're in a bad coaching situation or in a bad management situation, because as a Knicks fan that has had horrific teams for the last for a while, also a big part of that, we've also known our front office was in fucking shambles, right? And either in their skill level or in their intentions. And then also as a Knicks fan, we've showed that in 1 year, basically like a team of primarily the same exact people what coaching can do for them in 1 year. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep saying hey, these were bad teams. Like, I'm looking at it now, you know what? That wasn't a bad he ain't in a bad team. He's on a bad coaching situation. He's in a bad management situation. Because with the right coach, you're telling me that you get with what he has shown you, what they've done at times, you tell me the right coach can't get that team or bring in the right personnel or the right management group can't bring in the right personnel and coach this team up that they can get them now into the playing games? That's ludicrous. Especially now. That's another reason why I'm so excited about what's going on with the NBA. I'm because you saw this free agency. Teams went after it, right? Teams are like, you know what? There's 10 slots now for us to get into the play-in. And if we can get into the play-in, that's enough, right? That's like the wild card. Podbean is off. Why is Podbean off? Let's reset Podbean or refresh Podbean and your live show is finished. Oh, okay. So we're done on Podbean. We must have met whatever 2-hour marker. I thought we was only gonna. Oh yeah, we definitely been on longer than 2 hours. I thought we said we was only gonna be on for an hour. Next, we over here talking for 2 hours and shit. And I also just sent a message to WESM nah, B. When I don't do shows on Wednesday, but I ain't gonna lie. For a second week in a row, I am really enjoying. Or for the second time in a row, I'm really enjoying doing a show on Sundays. It's something. It's something that's getting real special. So I ain't gonna lie. So how about this? Next Sunday. Hey, are you gonna be working next Sunday? I guess let's start there. Are both of you guys working next Sunday? Because I'm about to lose Instagram. Let's let you know, KJ. Podbean is back up. If you want to call into Podbean. If you guys aren't working on Sunday, then I want to see. I'm gonna go talk to Sharkies, and I'm gonna see if possibly I could try doing a dry run for a pop-up podcast this Sunday. See what we need to get. What kind of cards? And come over. There he goes. Perfect timing. Alrighty.
No, I'm off next week.
Alrighty, so let's try to do that then. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Achoo!
Health and wealth.
Just be. Yeah,
Lessons.
We're not gonna be recording for much longer. We've already been doing this for over 2 hours. We're just getting the last bit of sports stuff out of here, because I think we're basically done here, yo. I'm excited for I'm excited for this new basketball season, right? And that's gonna be probably the last thing we're gonna end off with. But no, yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to Sharkies, right? I'm gonna go see him, right? Stop in there a couple times this week, see if I can run into him. See if how it feels about possibly doing a pop-up podcast on Labor Day. right? I'll tell everybody that I'm not Popeye, but doing a live podcast there on Labor Day. I'll tell everybody that I know that I'm doing a live podcast that we're going to be recording. See if I can get some kind of turnout for them as well. You know what I mean? Like that, because that'll be cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Have people get the camera set up, have people pass by, see if they want to come on camera and shit like that. Get them up. You know what I mean? Give me their opinions. Give me, you know what I mean? Their picks and stuff like that. Who they think is gonna win the divisions. You know, we'll do simple shit like that if we have a crowd, right? Get the people really involved with those kind of sports questions, but I want to do a run. But if I can, we'll try to do a. We'll see if I can do a dry run next Sunday. And we'll do it that way, and we'll bring a couple of things because I don't know if I'm gonna need the tent or not. So I'll bring the tent. I have the table. The table isn't big for nothing. So we'll see how that works, and we'll have those cameras set up, things like that. Yeah. If we can't do it outside, excuse me, bless me. I know there's an area inside that he normally allows for things like this, right? Normally where the DJ booth is at and shit like that. And if we do it, because I have an image both ways. Because if we do it outside, there's a corner that I'm going to try to get that way we can see the game on the TVs, right? On the TVs. And then if we do it inside, same exact thing. I have to, like, there's a place I know that where we normally be, that we'll be able to see the games from the TV. But it's all about hearing the games too, and that's the other thing that I'm going to be concerned about. Is that if you can hear the games on the feed, how is that going to be felt by YouTube, right? Or any place that I'm live streaming to, right? How that feels for them. So I may lose
in terms of like music wise,
or just feed, because getting the feed from the broadcast also will trigger it too. You can't stream that either.
That's what I'm saying.
And they listen for all of it. So if that's big, then I have to see how that goes. Like maybe I have to put like a disclaimer. Maybe I have to read up on how to like get past stuff like that. I got some research and shit like that to do. But yeah, just it'll be like. But yeah, I'm gonna try this out this Sunday. Bring the equipment out there, and we'll give it a quick little dry run. So I have to be used to not working Sundays anyway. Sundays and Wednesdays, my days off, for the most part. And I still got some shit to tell you that I can't tell you on anything that could be recorded and shared or used against me. Cause this is definitely being recorded for quality and trading purposes. And this is one of the times when that statement didn't meant more than anything that it ever meant in the world. Yeah. Seriously,
even too valid for the phone call.
Oh no, I can say it on a phone call. Okay. I mean, listen, I can say it on a phone.
What kind of shit are we talking about?
Listen, I can say it on a phone call, but I'm pretty sure like the NSA and stuff like that are already listening to me. So like if they share information with any entities, then I'm fucked anyway. But
fucked, big fucked.
Yeah. So
I was like, oh shit, this nigga Taliban got into blah. Shit. Get distracted. Taliban did it now. Taliban. I always prepare myself for this day, for this time Talon would call me with some real wild shit. I've been prepared. I had the call ready. I'm like, yes, all right. I already know the route we need to go to drop anything off. I got the cleaning stuff ready. No evidence. I got the plastic covers for the shoes, so no tracks.
Oh, listen, yeah. If you ever do get into something like that, just know, yeah, give you that kind of phone call. Always bring plastic covers for your shoes. Wear some gloves.
Yes.
Wear something black. You know what I mean?
Not rubber gloves. Not rubber gloves. Do not pull up with no rubber gloves.
No, yeah. So
those leave tracks.
You need you need some OJs, okay? Make sure you come with your OJs.
Hey, there you go. And don't leave it at the scene of the crime.
Basically isotoners is what if anybody doesn't know what OJs mean, isotoners. So so I've enjoyed so far I'm gonna tell you. Actually, you know, before I even talk about it, you know what I didn't realize, to be honest with you, I keep forgetting that football season has technically started.
But it's preseason. You know how. I mean,
But I have obligations. I personally have, you know, I'm in a position of obligations. I have obligations. Like.
I mean, of course, me too. Of course,
Like-
I'm going to. Don't get it twisted. I watched. I watched some of the Giants Browns game earlier. I know
I
the
haven't
49ers
watched.
and Chargers come on too.
I haven't watched
I
one
watched a little bit just to get a little glimpse of what I'm seeing, and there've been a couple times that I've said like the Patriots quarterback situation, like interesting.
Yeah.
The New York Jets, how Zach Wilson's looking, interesting. Justin Fields, interesting. Andy Dalton, and how sporadic you look and how anemic you look, interesting. The highs and lows of Tua. The highs and lows of Tua.
Oh God. Yo.
Ben Roethlisberger looking like he's actually not cooked in one preseason game. Interesting.
Yeah.
The Cowboys looking like if that goes down again, gonna be problems. Very interesting.
Damn.
But I mean, I don't put too much stock into it because, like I said, nobody's out there putting out their best shit, their real shit, so I can't judge it. Here's what's really funny, and you're gonna get a kick out of this because you typically don't do this already. I'm in a group chat of homies who bet. Niggas actually betting on preseason games. I'm like, what?
I'm not surprised.
The preseason.
Those are the ones you need to watch out for.
The preseason football, like
those are the ones. Listen, those are the friends that you need to check on. Like those are the ones that you shouldn't bring to the casino.
Those are the ones that I was like, y'all boys serious? I'm like, and they talk about we using this to get ready for the Christmas. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not betting on games. I don't even know if the main starter is gonna play at all, and how long they're gonna play. But I'm gonna bet on that game. What? The only thing that I would even entertain is the over/under because the way those are set up, ain't no way any of them would hit the over. I would just take the under on like 4 games and that's it. But that's all in terms of who's going to win and bet crazy money on it. No, at preseason, hell no. What? I'm a bet on Dallas and they got Ben DiNucci out there taking snaps. What? I'm a bet on Green Bay and Rodgers is not there. Not only Rodgers, fucking Love didn't even play, and even when he did, he got smacked. I'm like, y'all boys need help. Same niggas was betting on Summer League, and hey, y'all boys got it. I'm good, son. I'm good. I'm chilling. Wake me up September 9th. When Brady and them play the Cowboys. Wake me up then. Until then, fuck out of here. But I might dabble a little bit in some MLB from time to time. I see who's streaking and whatnot, whether positively or negatively, and take advantage off that.
You know what though? Funny thing you bring that up. Speaking of lefties, right? Yo, as you talking about lefties, right? Speaking of lefties, I'm gonna leave that there. B, in such a weird way, right? As I know football season is starting, you know what I'm even more excited about? That basketball season is gonna start back in 4 weeks as well. Like, yo, that shit excites the fuck out of me. That by this time next month, we're talking about preseason basketball and about the basketball season being weeks away. Yo, the beginning of the basketball season is 6 weeks away. 6 weeks. And I'm here. I can't wait. Like, more than... Because you know what happens, right? You, like, while all of you guys are fully engulfed in football season, right? Like, I'm already like, yeah, give me all the basketball. Give me every bounce, every squeaky sneaker, every flop. You know what I mean? Like, give me every bad whistle. Like, I want it all.
And
meanwhile, I'm just waiting on Christmas Day for that.
Yeah, everybody else is like, man, it ain't even Christmas yet. I'm like, man, I'm getting my Christmas early. Like, you don't even know what's happening right now.
I love my hoops. The funny thing is, because somebody tried me with this the other day, called me a fair weather basketball fan. I said, I laughed in their face and then just hit them with a whole bunch of crazy facts that I knew about all that they didn't even know about. It made him feel like shit about himself, but I'm just like, if there's ever a time where you could legitimately say you have two loves of your life, that's what football and basketball are for me. It's what they are. Like, I love them both. I don't love one more than the other. I mean, like NFL, I haven't watched real NFL football. Like, I'm getting a kick out of going, because I've been out there going to some high school games. I was just at Heritage the other night, watching high school football. Some of these other places, like, just feeling like football's in the air. And I haven't had that since my birthday back in February. So I'm like, yes, I've enjoyed all the basketball, all of it. The pounds, the dribbling, the squeaks, the gay-ass foul calls, the amazing shooting,
Damn it, speaking
bad
of
shooting.
shit.
Huh?
No, I just remembered that before the podcast started, I was trying to put on the WNBA game and I got sidetracked.
Oh, yeah, like I've enjoyed all of that, and I'm ready for all of that. Like, trust me, when I'm not watching my football, like, trust, the end of the year is my favorite time of the year sports wise. I literally pick and choose from the litter. I can go.
That is true.
I can go MLB playoffs while football's on commercial. I can go NFL. I can go NBA. Or if there's a fighting event that night, I got college football, and then by mid-November, I got college basketball. Like, I love it. I fucking love it. I can't wait for it. And there's nothing for me personally. There's nothing better than a late October night, than an October Sunday where I'm watching football, commercial break, basketball. Then later on, I'm watching Sunday night football, and when that's on commercial break, flip over to the World Series.
Or even better, a Knicks matinee game while you're watching. That's the best. Being able to watch your football game on one TV and then watch the Knicks matinee game on the other one, like, oh my God. For real.
Like I'm in the process of moving right now, so like I'm just getting everything set up and whatnot. Hopefully, I just need everything to go through smoothly and whatnot. Soon as everything goes through, you want to know what the first things that I'm getting? Another TV. Another TV for the living room. Another TV for the living room. Get 2 Fire Sticks. So, and one TV that's in the bedroom, I got one thing on. The other TV, I got the other thing on. And I'm just running back and forth. Eventually, I might get a third TV for the other room, and then get a third Fire Sticks. 3 different things on at once.
Hey, that's the way to
It's
go.
gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. Just from there, all I just need to make sure is I have some liquor and something to munch on in the process, and like the thought of anybody even attempting to get me out my house, good luck. Good fucking luck. Good motherfucking luck. I'm like, I have 3 games right here. 3 different things. One's basketball, one's football, one's UFC. But why do I need to go anywhere? I don't need to go nowhere. Matter of fact, hang up. Good night.
You know what? I'm gonna have to start stocking up on fucking drumettes. Start buying, start preparing for football season. Start stocking up on drumettes and shit like that.
Yo, telling you,
For real, put the air fryer to.
No, because the thing is, one of my bros, he put me on to the fire with a Fire Stick, and all, like, I forget what, but either way, all he told me was, "K, when you get your Fire Stick, bring it to me. I'm gonna set you up to where you'll be able to watch anything.
Yeah.
Any game, any pay-per-view fight, free, live."
That's what the app is, the Crew. Well, maybe it's something different, but yeah, I use the Crew app. I get all them shits.
'Cause,
I'm gonna be in here.
I
Oh,
can't.
I'm definitely gonna be in here. Like, so the only thing I need to worry about, because I'm gonna switch over to Chromecast, and I'm thinking like, only thing I need to know if I can
I think I know about Chromecast. I know about Chromecast.
Yes, so as long as I can put the Kodi on Chromecast, then I'm good. If I can't put Kodi on Chromecast, then I'm not gonna get the Chromecast. But I think I want to switch over because I want to switch over to Google for some odd. I ain't gonna lie, not for some odd reason. I'm trying to uniform all my shit, so I'm gonna switch over to. I'm gonna end up switching over to Google because I don't use Amazon or that or whatever Alexa for anything. So I want them all to have the same uniform process and be able to pull up the same shit on my TVs and shit like that. Like, I don't need two different AIs in my, you know what I mean? Like in my crib. I don't need a Jarvis and I don't need a Jarvis and Ultron scenario going on in here, you know? One AI.
you next thing you know, you're like Baker Mayfield trying to figure out if you need to pass the Odell or Jarvis this play.
For real.
That's
But
crazy.
you know what? I think we've caught up. I think we've gotten all sports out of our system that we needed to get out for right now. Like I said, but before we turn the corner, regular season starts the same week that the podcast is starting. NBA TV has an old game on. They have the Charlotte versus Miami game. I was trying to figure out who has the WNBA game. That's probably ESPN2 or ESPN. We'll see. I see ESPN trying harder.
Not another NBA pickup basketball run of them showing off Ben Simmons hitting jump shots.
This
is the third year in a row I've seen something like that. I'm good. I've seen how that movie ends.
Yeah, it ends with him not taking shots
Taking
when it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Now, if Philly's apparently seen that movie one too many times, next thing you know, now niggas need to be traded.
And you know what? No, they're trying to trade him. They're still trying to trade him. And
nobody's biting.
Because they're asking. See, what happened
Way
is that
too much.
what they're asking for him is.
The thing is, he ruined his stock so bad with that playoff. Like, nobody's like,
and that's what happened. But
that's what it is.
But in their eyes, they're like, you know what? We're still giving you the guy that you could that of how he looked in the middle of this season, how he looked last year. Like we're still like you gonna get a guy that should be that. We understand what this one moment is, but you're still getting that, and we're not gonna start letting you boogie cousin his fucking contract all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Because he had one bad moment. One bad moment doesn't define somebody's whole entire career, and I get it.
And
the rest of the NBA is trying to use that one moment as leverage to cheapen his value, and you should. But I can see
because their whole response from there is gonna be, "What have you done for me lately?" And what you did for me lately is you were scared to even take layups, to even
at
dunk
6'10" over a 6'1" guard.
People not screwing their future for that. People not screwing their whole future and their draft picks for somebody who's scared to just dunk a basketball.
That is true. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so weird because I could see both sides, right? Like, I could see nobody in the NBA wanted to give up.
I definitely understand. Yeah, I definitely understand Philly's side in terms of still wanting.
But I couldn't justify any team saying like, "Yo, we're gonna give up that asking price for them," because you don't know with him anymore. Like, okay, now basically, but what I do know though, what I will say is that he could. I feel like he could get me to
all these other teams see him shooting and making these jump shots in these pickup games. They see that shit, but they're saying the same thing. We've seen that movie before. We've seen you take jump shots in the off season to make it seem like you're working on your jumper, only to still not take them in the season. And that's the thing, like. Credit and Ben Simmons makes Giannis look so good in so many ways. He makes him and Westbrook, people like them, he makes them look good because we get on them for telling them to stop taking those shots.
But at least they take them.
At least they take them. At least they motherfucking take them.
This dude won't even take a 15-footer.
See, I still think that this version of Ben Simmons is still good enough to help a team make it to the play-in. Like, he can make a team a playoff contender. What do you give up for a bona fide playoff contender every single year? That if you just add the right pieces around him, then they are able to take you to the second round and the conference championship. Like what is the price for that?
I don't know, but the problem is nobody's trying to pay what Philly is asking.
Because I know how damaged his reputation is, but he's still a guy that can get you into the playoffs. And if the right people are around you, he can take you deep into the playoffs. That has a price, and that's a commodity still.
Philly's best chance, their best play right now, is let it rock to probably trade deadline. That's probably their only shot. Because nobody's budging on that.
But I'm asking you, KJ, what is that price for a young talent that can get you to the playoffs and make you a playoff contender every single year? And if you add the right piece or two around him, then you're definitely going deep into the playoff. You know what I mean? And possibly winning that championship or to the championship, but definitely to a conference championship if you add the right piece or two around him. What's the price for that guy?
I don't know. To be honest, the only other team that I see him fitting on is Golden State, but that's gonna cost Draymond, and the only way that's in, I don't think Curry and Clay are letting that one rock. To be honest, because they at least seem like an organization, unlike some other organizations that don't consult their superstar players when they want to make moves. But they seem like an organization that at least talks to them and see, like, all right, hey, we think of doing this. What you think?
What about Sacramento?
De'Aaron Fox?
You replace him with De'Aaron Fox because you have to give him a team of shooters.
So wait a minute. So you're saying trade Ben Simmons for De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
Sacramento's not going for that. Sacramento's not going for that. Sacramento's not going because De'Aaron can push the ball just like Ben Simmons can. He can explode off the floor like Ben Simmons can.
But they're not showing enough faith in.
Simmons,
but they're already not showing faith in De'Aaron Fox.
Huh?
They're already not quite showing faith in De'Aaron Fox.
How they not showing faith? Just before this past season, they paid him a max contract.
They gave him his extension.
Okay. You don't do that. You don't do that if you don't have faith in the player.
But he hasn't played bad enough for them to not give him that extension.
I mean, hey, if Sacramento wants to be dumb enough and do that, we might guess.
But a lot of teams are like that. A lot of teams still may not know how they want to deal with a player, but they've played good enough to still get that first contract. But they still don't know if this is the guy that they're gonna continue to build their future around. Like there's lots of that. Still,
please. I hope Sacramento's thinking like you. I hope they are. Please.
That's why I said like players.
Pull the trigger.
That's why I said like players are conditioned to play well enough to get to that extension, and after that, like it's whatever. Because but also like if you're an agent or whatever, because you know that contract is $100 million contract extension every single time, $200 million contract sometimes every single time.
Hey, like I said, pull the trigger. Pull it. Pull that trigger. If you want to trade 25.2 points per game, 48% field goal shooter, and 4 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, be my guest.
Listen,
please,
I'm not
pull that trigger.
I'm not promoting that for that trade. I'm just trying to think.
I am free De'Aaron. Free De'Aaron.
We definitely do want De'Aaron freed.
To New York, preferably.
But then we'll get to see what Doc Rivers can do, and we'll see and we'll see
De'Aaron with Embiid. Ooh wee. Listen,
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, I get Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers gonna have to start. Doc Rivers is gonna need to win enough. Listen, he needs to either make it to another championship game or win another one pretty soon.
Cause it's not looking good for him.
Like
that run that the Clippers just did was the worst thing that could have happened for Doc Rivers. On top of how Philly ended up folding. Granted, Ben Simmons is a person we can look at a lot, but some of those coaching decisions too.
Yeah, because like
suspect.
it's because what starts to happen, it really starts to make you really start to go back and reflect and start to look at. Listen, like you've been like a lot of these losses that you've had with some of these teams that you've had, you can chalk it up to being out coached. Like there's something to say. Like there's something that gets overlooked for the basketball IQ that Boston Celtics team had that he inherited. That KG, you know what I mean? And like the basketball IQ of that KG had, the basketball IQ that Paul Pierce had, the basketball IQ that Ray Allen had. There's something to say about that basketball IQ, regardless of what kind of talent that you know what I mean that was on there. You know what I mean that everybody had at all three positions. Not one guy trying to teach basketball IQ to the other key position guys, but in retrospect that they all had great basketball IQ and they were all sharper than each other. Instead of one guy really, you know what I mean? He's like his other teams, like their basketball IQ of some of these players, like they were kind of mediocre and they kind of could have used a good coach instead of just a motivator, you know? And I don't know if he's going to that. And he had guys that were good, you know what I mean, that were good floor generals at times, but on all of the key positions, they all didn't have that same kind of basketball IQ or cared maybe enough at times.
Trust me, Doc Rivers is praying Philly makes a move.
Because
he knows he's feeling that pressure.
I'm asking you a weird question.
Feeling that pressure.
I'm asking you this a weird question, right? Who's a better coach, Doc Rivers or Eric Spoelstra?
Spoelstra.
Yeah, see, I think so
Spoelstra.
too.
No hesitation.
I think so too.
No hesitation, and I love Doc, but what I've seen Spoelstra do every year,
But
I mean, we hate on the Heat because we're Knicks fans, but
we're taking the hate out of this. We give credit to Spoelstra.
Exactly. But be just keep it real. How many losing seasons has Eric Spoelstra had? And granted, he had the run where he had Wade and Braun. Okay, take that out the equation.
Because come and think about it, right?
Spoelstra didn't have Chris Paul for 6 years. Spoelstra didn't have Kawhi and Paul George for a year. Spoelstra didn't have some of these teams that Doc Rivers.
No, yeah, because come and think about it, right?
Spoelstra doesn't have Embiid and Simmons.
Eric Spoelstra started coaching around the same time that Doc Rivers got that job in Boston.
Mm-hmm. No. Doc had it before then.
No, I said around that. I said around the same time.
No, Spoelstra became a head coach in 2008.
Yeah, so
Doc had the Celtics job for at least a good 3-4 years.
Okay, yeah. So let me read it. So he had it underneath his reign. He got that job up underneath underneath Doc Rivers' reign of head coach, right? And he had it for a couple of years because they faced each other for a couple of years in there too.
Yep.
But since then, Eric Spoelstra has maintained this one job, having Miami Heat looking like the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He's had this job the whole time. Doc Rivers chose to get out of Boston, right? Because he didn't want to be part of that rebuild. Eric Spoelstra gladly took on that role and was like, "Yeah, let's rebuild." And then
and here's the thing, his rebuilds, they're not no 2-year, 3-year rebuilds. It's 1 year, and even while they're rebuilding, it's still they're at least pushing.
No, it's 1 year, and it's a second year. It's like, hey, what's this team even in contention for?
No. It's not even a second year. The 1 year while they're rebuilding, they're still pushing for a playoff spot.
Oh no, yeah. Like I said, by the second year, they're fighting to the end.
But then that next year, they're back in that 4th seed, 5th seed.
I think that's still third year. That's third year. Third year.
Nah.
Third year.
Nah.
Third year.
Nah.
That second year, they're in that. The second year, they're in that. They're in that playoff hunt.
No. I think in the rebuilding year, like I've seen it, rebuilding year and fighting to get into the playoffs in the rebuilding year because Pat Riley won't just throw in the whole tank and make them tank for a top 10 pick. It just won't do it. It's just not in that man's veins to do that. So that even though it's a rebuilding year, they're literally still developing and coaching and trying to get into at least that 7th, 8th seed. And that rebuild just has them falling just short and missing the playoffs. But that next year, it's ridiculous. Like right now, I mean, as much as I hate on them, there's a good chance that they're going to be like a 3rd seed or at least a high 4th seed next year. As much as I hate. And the greatest compliment, I think right now, to be honest, the greatest compliment to Spoelstra is this. Early on in his career, when they talk about those championships that they got with Wade and Braun, they gave more credit to them at the time, to the players. But as you see Spoelstra's career unwinding and whatnot, people are starting to give way more credit to him now, as opposed to just as much credit as they give to the players, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think that's the greatest compliment to him.
So
That's enough digging up Miami Heat.
No, but also but back to what we were talking about, because you said it before, like people get fired for a reason, or you move around for a reason. Like Doc Rivers went from Boston to LA, right? And then again when LA
Philly.
And then when LA was going through whatever they was gonna have to go through whatever rebuild because they were losing Blake Griffin and losing Chris Paul. He didn't want any part of that rebuild again. This is twice now we're hearing Doc Rivers run from a rebuild to go take and so, but you know though this is why.
To his credit, the rebuild in LA, he technically did stay because he did coach Kawhi and PG for a year. He had to stay for that rebuild. And one of those years, a team who probably had no business getting to the playoffs or whatnot, he still got them to 8th seed and gave the Warriors all they wanted in 6 games.
If it wasn't for his bitch ass, if it wasn't for his bitch ass, scrappy ass team, KD's Achilles probably never would have got fucked up.
Zaza Pachulia. That's all I gotta say about that. No, you're right about that. I forget that he was actually there for Paul George and Kawhi, and it was actually that failure that forced him out of there and forced Ty Lue in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying like so now we're talking about his 3rd team since the same time that Eric Spoelstra has started coaching Boston thing. Yeah, Doc Rivers gonna have to do something. Like Doc Rivers.
Think about it right now. Spoelstra's probably the 2nd longest tenured coach right now, behind Popovich.
You know what, Doc? Yeah, you
If
right.
you think about it.
In one spot, yeah. Wait, sorry, Doc Rivers? Spot. You said Doc Rivers or Spoelstra?
I said Spoelstra's probably the longest tenured coach with their organization.
Yeah, he
is. After Popovich.
Yeah. But without any breaks, maybe Doc Rivers is well up there too. Cause Doc Rivers hasn't taken any time off. He just keeps getting like D'Antoni at least took a time off to go to media.
No. When I say longest tenured, I mean.
I know. I'm the so.
If Doc had stayed with Boston,
I was just
throughout all this time, like never left, then yeah, he'd be 2nd.
I understand. I was just throwing in the weird phenomenon that even though Doc Rivers hasn't been with one team this whole entire time, he hasn't had any break in his coaching time frame. I was just pointing out that weird fun fact. You know what I mean? Because a lot of coaches, like if they've been coaching as long as Doc Rivers has, right? And if they've been coaching for 3 different teams, they normally would have had a little bit of time off. Maybe 1 year they would have done media, some weird shit like that. You know what I mean? But Doc Rivers has job after job after job after job.
Kudos to him. At least one black coach is getting some love.
Wait, and didn't he? Wait, no. Where did he come from before Boston? Was he
Orlando.
in? Okay, there we go. I was like, shit.
You know I'm quick with it, baby. You know I'm quick with it.
Did he take a break from Orlando to Boston?
Nope.
Shit. Think about that.
My man was coaching T-Mac, Grant Hill.
So maybe this is why we hold Doc Rivers to the standards that we're holding him to, right? And we're looking at him like, okay, you refuse to really like coach any teams that don't have some kind of stars on them. Like I would like to see him go to like a Sacramento and stay in Sacramento for like the last 20 years of his career and rebuild that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And
technically, that Clippers team, after everybody had left for a couple years, he had no stars, and he was still holding it down with them.
who did he have? He had
Yeah, no stars.
who he had?
He didn't have no stars on that team.
He had Sweet Lou.
Boy,
Who did he have? Who did he have? Seriously.
after Chris Paul and DeAndre and Blake were gone,
Yeah.
scraps. Niggas like Gallinari. Landry Shamet. Obviously, the most known player, Sweet Lou and Pat Bev.
Sweet Lou,
Niggas
Pat Bev.
between-
He had a seat. He had a bunch of like-
Tobias Harris.
okay. That's what I thought was there too. Okay, so they had a bunch of like a bunch of really hardworking second tier guys, like. But Eric Spoelstra didn't even have that. You know what I mean? Like
Nah, sports like a different beast.
yeah. Like I mean, I guess I'll give him a little bit of credit for that.
Spoelstra got white boys who should be part of the science club. 5 years, $90 million.
Like you know what's happening in Miami. They're taking.
Tell me how great your coach is. Spoelstra, great coach. He's got a white dude who looks like he should be part of the science club. Got him shooting the lights out and got him a 5-year, $90 million contract.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you where they found him. They found him the same place they found Eric Spoelstra at. They found him in the film room. Eric Spoelstra got film room dudes getting these. Then it's kind of was like, yo, if they did it for me, I can do it for somebody else.
5 years, $90 million for Duncan Robinson.
Yo, Bendito. You know what that reminds me of immediately? That reminds me of. It hurts my heart to even have to say this. Fucking Schroeder.
Boy, when betting on yourself goes wrong.
Talking about like, yo, if he didn't pull,
and you see why I tell you when you want to tell these people bet on yourself.
well, some people should and some people shouldn't. You should know your value.
This dude here. The thing is, what's sad for him is he's worth more than 1 year, 5.9 mil. That's the thing.
Like put it this
My
way.
thing is,
Like,
I said when I found out what he signed for, I said, yo, who is this agent?
oh, he needs to be fired.
Who's around him?
Exactly.
Whoever's
Immediately.
around him giving him advice, his inner circle, they need to be fired immediately. They are not good for the brand of Dennis Schroeder. Because I don't know who told him it was a good idea to turn down $20 million to play in LA with LeBron James. As the starting point guard. Who told you that's a good idea?
Listen.
Who told you that was a good idea?
Now,
I need to meet them because I need to tell them that you're a fucking idiot.
They need to be fired.
You're paying me $20 million to play point guard in Los Angeles?
with LeBron James where I'll possibly get
Where
another champ. I'm gonna get paid.
Where do I sign?
I'm gonna get paid.
Where do I sign?
You're gonna get paid, and you're a championship contender every single year, bona fide, as long as LeBron James is there.
And then through being in LA, if you are marketable,
Which he
that's
is.
more money on top of that.
And isn't he foreign too?
Yes.
Listen, whoever gave him that advice, they need to be fired.
They need to be fired
They need
immediately.
to be evicted out of his house. At bare if he was paying all of their amenities at whatever house that he has, he needs to finish paying off that house that they have for them. But
Cut
they need
them off.
but from here on out, they're paying their own electricity. They're paying for their own utility bills. They're paying their own taxes on the property that they own. If you lose it, that's not my problem. Y'all just convinced me to
cut off.
who the hell be.
You are cut off.
That's
Sorry.
like whoever Mike Vick had around him that didn't take that fall for him. That's as bad as that shit.
Yeah.
But you know what happens? Hey, Marquise Morris, remember that happened to the Morris twins? Remember one of the Morris twins came to New York because of some shit like that happened to him. Because he turned down a contract like that. The day later, he fired his agent.
Got to. Have to fire your agent. Have to. You have to.
Because that absolutely makes no sense.
At that point, my nigga, that's when you like, fuck you. I'm gonna represent myself at this point. Fuck out of here. Speaking of representing yourself, shout out to Joel Embiid, who went and negotiated his own contract, so you don't have to pay, you don't have to kick nobody no money.
Word. Definitely shout out.
All
to
that
him.
money is yours. You already have taxes eating out your money, and then you have to worry about paying a damn agent
30%.
or a company. Fuck out of here.
That's what I said.
All that
Like
money
they're all
is yours.
trained. They're all trained to get to that to get players to get to that first extension because you get that extra $100 million. That's $30 million for them. They take 30% of that. Like they're getting 30% paid.
man.
So that's the reason why that shit's in there.
Man, if I was in those niggas' shoes, I'm literally only having an agent until I get my first extension. Once I get that rookie extension, fired. Bye. I'm good.
Because you know what? At this point too, you know what? You're also right about that. At this point too, because in that instance, if you don't have people in your camp that you can trust, that if you send them to the right school and know the right stuff like that, that they can't help represent all of you guys and you keep all of that money in house. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what, like, honestly, LeBron James.
He's basically LeBron James.
No. So I'm saying, like, no, big up to LeBron.
But LeBron James needs to.
Exactly. Like, they all look up to him.
LeBron James needs to be bigged up.
Yeah, like if they all look up to him, that's the one thing that they all really like. Like, you know what? No, this is how I really want to see how players look up to him. Because if they all really looked up to him, that's the one pattern thing that they should be following. Now, I have a few inner circle people. When I get here, I'm gonna make sure that I send you guys to school to make sure that you handle this. Like the people that I fully trust with everything. Keep that shit intertwined, keep that shit sharp, keep that shit on point, get those motherfuckers educated. Don't put uneducated people in positions, get them educated and get them into positions and get them and keep all of that shit in there. You know what I mean?
And the crazy thing is,
and you don't have to carry shit.
Maverick, Rich, Randy, they not just niggas like just doing a job. They're all for their respective jobs. They're probably the best at it.
Oh no, hell yeah! Like they're big in the business now.
They're probably the best at it. Maverick handles the business side. Obviously, Rich is the agent. The amount of niggas on Rich's line for agency, you shitting me? And that nigga has really introduced the no trade clause in terms of these NBA contracts, really like flooding like that. Not just NBA, because it's trickling down to the NFL as well. If you think about it, if it wasn't for Rich Paul, we wouldn't see all these no trade clauses in these contracts. Not at the rate. I mean, we saw them before, but at the rate that we're seeing them now, not at all.
Because you know what happens?
Not
It
at
just
all.
keeps keeps going up and up.
Almost every contract now is has a no trade clause. It's like normal now.
because once enough people start getting it, then everybody kind of wants the similar language, and as long as you have enough clout, just right, and you have to know when you have enough clout, because you're only gonna have enough clout probably a couple of times. You're either gonna be really good and you'll have it your whole entire career, or you'll have it during like your first extension maybe, and your first extension nobody gonna want to trade you anyway, or towards the end, like after you've given it like your team like your all. That's the only time you used to have it before. Now we're gonna see how that starts to shift around. But KJ, I appreciate you hollering at me and letting me know you wanted to do a pop-up podcast today. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like I was almost content with to not doing another podcast until the season started. I've been enjoying it.
Me too.
B, I've been enjoying
Me
the
too.
free time.
I've been enjoying my time. Like literally
B.
this weekend, I've been chilling, like in a dope crib for the weekend, vibing, just minding my business, drinking away, relaxing. And then for some reason, after you want to know where the idea of a podcast really came, it was two things. Like everything just trickled down as I was texting to you. All those things that came up, but the main thing was just so we could have a moment to shame Shakari, which is for coming from Jamaica. that was the main thing. One, and then two, I was started.
Come back.
Oh, my fault. No, I actually did walk away from the phone that time. See, I'm an honest man. When I walk away from the phone, I own that. But now, what I was gonna say, the second part of why I wanted to bring it up is because I started to chuckle and smirk a bit as I went down my feed and noticed how some people who were spending most of the off season bashing my team, saying that they were gonna be garbage, how 1 quarter of a preseason game, some people are questioning if they really should be bashing them, and I was just like,
wow, from a preseason game. See, those people are fickle.
Preseason game.
Those people are
For
fickle.
preseason game.
Those people are fickle.
For
They don't have the iron will of a true hater.
Seriously. At least stand on your. Don't change up a preseason game, my nigga. Trust me, I was definitely sitting there like, yeah, O-line, do that. Yeah, Ben, do that. But I'm like, it's the preseason. And on top of that, it's the Lions. It's the preseason.
But you know what though?
Lions.
At least they're willing to say that however they looked was good enough to make them slightly change their mind. Because those same people,
not even change your mind, you just question it.
Yeah, question it. Yeah, because those same people were also watching just in case they did look bad, so they could come and make sure they throw it in your face, because right now you're using the line. It's just preseason and they look good. You know what I mean? And but you know what I mean? So to let you know, like when you're gonna use it, like so they wouldn't even matter. Like when they look back, like it's just preseason. But they were hoping they would have looked bad for you. I'm telling you right now, that's what those people were hoping for.
Trust me, V. If there was ever a year everyone should hope the Steelers are garbage, this is the year. Because all I've done is just kept the receipts. And every time, and I'm just giving you the heads up now. Every time
I want chicken
them
wings
on the podcast, if they doing good, it's like, oh no, don't worry about it. They suck anyway. I mean, that's what everybody says. They suck. They ain't worth talking about. But I tell you this. And this is my irrational confidence moment, so just leave me alone. If the niggas get to the Super Bowl this year, I guarantee you by the end of the season, everybody's gonna hate the Pittsburgh Steelers because of me.
That's
I will definitely be throwing all that shit back in everybody's face.
All right, and what we're gonna throw in your face right now is the outro to the podcast, because the pop-up podcast is over. We're gonna let you guys go about your business. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy, and continue to have yourself a Sunday fun day. I'm gonna look for something to drink or some shit like that. What I think I want to.
Oh, V, trust me. You about to go somewhere for a drink?
No. I think I'm about to just go downstairs and see if I have anything. See if I'm looking. I want some wings right now. I'm hungry.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. Wings right now.
So I'm trying to think who I want to order wings for. If I want to order for some like Marquis or where? Wingstop?
Not Wingstop. Them niggas are Fugazi.
Now I want to order them from Brews Room.
No. Hooters.
Nah, I don't like all that grease. I don't like breaded wings. I don't like their breaded wings. They're too much. They're too fucking greasy, b. That shit gives me a headache.
What?
Bro, breaded wings give breaded chicken gives me a headache. Period. If I eat too much.
Their wings are that greasy?
To me, it is. Yes.
It must be the one right there then, because obviously me.
No, this is every Hooters I've ever been to. If I order
Even the one in Pines.
every Hooters I've ever been to in the country of United States of America. And because I've tried everywhere, and what happens
I'm thinking about it now. The wings that you're talking about, I definitely think some Hooters make some a little different. Because I've been to the one that's right there, and they definitely don't hit the same as the one that's by the crib.
like I find them delicious or whatever, but what happens they just get too saturated in their own grease, and all of that grease never fucks with me well, and it gives me a headache if I. But like I said, that's breaded wings. Period. If I eat too much of like if I get like a whole chicken and I eat like 3 pieces of breaded wings, you know what I mean? That shit starts to get too much for me. Like it just gets too much. It just gets too greasy. But we gotta get out of here.
I would tell you,
Podcast is about to end. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest.
I hate it here.
All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag.
Cut you
No
off, but
lag.
sorry, B.
Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live.
Whose man is this?
Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills.
okay.
New, improved
Hold on.
MyT podcaster. Potting down now. Last call for drinks. Bob's Sunday. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B.
Actually,
Tired. MyT.
sports.
Sports.
All right, so we're officially off on Mixer, which is basically what we're putting on WESN. I had to make sure that we got that in and out properly. Right now, we're still on Podbean, and this is all bonus material. I think I am gonna go to Sharky's because you know what? If I go to Sharky's for wings, this is actually perfect. I'm gonna go to Sharky's for wings. I can order one beer while I wait for my wings, and then I can see if Richie is there, and I can see about possibly doing remote podcast from that location. I could try talking today, but so perfect. I'm getting wings from. It's settled. I know exactly where I'm getting my wings from now.
Sharkies it is.
Yes, it is. Cause I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can do business and I can fucking fill my fucking belly.
Pleasure, business, and pleasure at the same time.
Oh yeah, and I can get a
Love to
beer.
see it.
Yo, and I can get one
Exactly.
beer real quick. I'm like, yo, that's what's up.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Oh shit, let me stop recording video so I can at least start changing and don't accidentally flash the screen. Because
What you do different video wise? Because you said you at least wanted to do some shit.
I changed where I'm keeping the camera for the Instagram.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
At least I think but we'll see how that works once we actually have people here, because I'm thinking it may get in the way of your leg room. And if that's the case,
Then that definitely is not gonna work. That definitely is not gonna work. I'm gonna let you know right now before I even get there. That ain't gonna work.
yeah, exactly. So if it does that, then
brothers is already crammed in that spot. You take away the leg room too, and talking about while my own room was already gone. Come on, B, you gotta do something.
Yeah. So we'll see after the I'll keep trying different angles, but I may not be able to keep it here. I'm not sure. I don't think so. There's another place I could possibly keep it. It just makes it really close to me. Like, it literally puts the camera, like, literally in my fucking face.
Man.
But and that's what I gotta do because I want to remove it from where I used to have it. I want to take it off of its old location.
bed.
Yeah, I want to remove it from that location.
Oh yeah, my bad. You still recording.
Because
My bad. Now I'm thinking we just talking on the phone.
yeah, that's what Podbean is like. We making it feel like, man.
Hold on, quick second. The thing that's recorded for quality assurance, is that something you're waiting for Labor Day weekend to tell me, or it just can't be told on air?
I can't say it on any kind of I can't say it on anything that could be recorded like and archived. Period. So like this is gonna be recorded. This is being recorded right now. It's gonna be archived.
This is recorded on archive.
Yeah, I can't say. I still can't say it here. Even though I'm not using this for the podcast. Yeah, I can't say it here. Like when I tell you this, I'm gonna have to tell you like either on the phone or in person, and yeah.
Well, expect a phone call from me as you drive into Charlotte.
Facts.
I mean, you know me, man. You know me, son. You can't tell me no shit like that and think I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna be like a dog hounding your ass to feed me. Like, I'm hungry, nigga. Like, give me food. Don't just dangle the treat in front of my face and then put it away, man.
Like, nah, nigga, you just told me some shit. What the fuck is going on?
Exactly. For real. Shit me. But yeah, B, I definitely needed this break because all I've been doing is just on the gutter with work for this new spot that I'm trying to hold down.